All right, chat. We already have a question for you.
It's already on the bill.
Um, if you self delete, do you get and you fail? Do you get charged with attempted murder, or do you just get nothing? Is it against the law to try to eat
And
yourself?
I say, no, it's not.
I think there's a charge there. I think it's illegal.
And I can prove it because women fail at suicide 4-1 to men, and then women would get charged with attempted suicide way more often, and then you guys be all over the news complaining about how
You
unfair it is and
forget.
sexist.
No, you forget that we have privilege in that matter where we don't get charged with stupid crimes.
See,
That's
so
dumb.
it's
That's
no, I don't think it's a crime. I think it's only a crime to do it if just so the insurance companies can cancel your policies. Because people used to do that a lot back in the day.
yeah. Well, it's not a crime to do it. It's a crime because you're dead. You've done it, and nobody you can't be charged for something once you're dead. It's a crime to fail at it. I think.
I
Is
don't
it
think
get?
so. I think you just get
It's
pity
not
then.
attempted murder. You're
No, I
a
think you
pure
just get pity.
person. Aren't you protected from yourself?
No, you can do whatever you want to yourself, except take drugs.
And yeet yourself. I don't think you're allowed
Yeah.
to do that.
You can mutilate
Today
your
is
own body. You can
Monday,
cut off your own limbs.
day of the
You
moon.
can fork your tongue. You can get juggalo tattoos in your face. That should be illegal.
Yeah, that one should
You're
be.
obviously not mentally ill. Like you're not stable.
Oh, you're
Do you know how
obvious.
many? Just look up juggalo tattoos. Do you know how many people have real juggalo? Like they actually tattooed their face like almost black. There's thousands of them. Not
Um,
three.
what should I type in to find that? Juggalo guy?
Juggalo face tattoos.
Did, but are they putting the clown makeup as their face? Their
Yeah, the characters
what?
they're on stage, they're tattooing it on their face. Oh, you don't know about juggalos? They're like a cult.
I found one.
They're seriously like a cult. They were in the FBI
How do
terror
you get
watch
in?
list.
You just have to have a Sharpie?
You just have to be willing to be retarded.
Oh
So
shit, are we already in?
they're so in like these guys are so in love with this band
What?
that they do this to their face.
What does it say?
What did you think of
Fat kid.
PPP's
It says fat kid.
Sonichu?
What?
What did you think of PPP Sonichu?
What do I think of
Did you see that video or
PPP
did you watch that video?
Sonichu? No, I don't know.
When Andy Worski was in blue and PPP was in yellow.
Oh, that's who that was? Gross. I couldn't understand that. I was like, damn, this dude has so much confidence.
He's just fucking a Canadian. That's just they're two Canadians doing a podcast that do drugs and alcohol.
Yeah, I didn't actually watch that. It was like, ooh, nope, not gonna watch this.
Yeah,
Okay.
no, I was just showing you who Andy Worski was. It was JF's co-host for years.
Wait, I have the wrong mic selected? Or do I have...
Yeah, it's a little echoey.
Well, fuck, I only have one mic. Let's look around. Let me click some buttons, y'all.
So I think Ricada come out as officially bisexual.
Oh, shock.
He said he likes bald men with beards, so I'm safe.
How could I don't think I have another mic anywhere.
No, you sound good now.
It's better?
Yes.
I wonder where the other mic is. I mean, I have one, but it's decapitated.
It's good now. I think, yeah, whatever you did, it's good now.
Okay. Awesome. Thanks, Sid.
Maybe just move closer.
No, I don't think that's it.
Yeah, the echo's gone.
Dope. Sorry about that. Okay, let's do what we're here for. Actually, do you
Oh, Nick also tweeted at me and told me that I'm wrong about how much money he's in the hole to Randazza for.
Well,
that's not true. Everything I said, it's not true.
It's not true.
There's a video of Randazza saying exactly how much he charged you. Is that not true?
Well, you know what? Randazza, in that same video, he says that his client only called Montefiore a retard. So
yes,
Randazza's a fucking liar. I guess we maybe shouldn't have believed that either.
Well, he's $1,000 an hour.
Yeah. But I am interested. I do wonder if Nick or Randazza, I should say, will be able to win a slander-proof verdict.
I
I
don't
think that
think
would be
so.
interesting.
I want to see them try
Yeah.
because I want to see all the videos of Monty put into the court record so people can go find them forever.
What's funny about that is that we're gonna look up this JL. What's this guy? JFG.
Jean-Francois Guépy.
No, you said it wrong. It's Jean-Francois Guériepi.
Guépy.
Guériepi. Yeah, I heard him say his last name.
Oh, something about where he says he dropped her off at. So he's from Quebec. That's the Quebec flag in behind him.
Mm-hmm.
The PEI bridge
Mm-hmm.
is so far from where Quebec is. There's
Get
no
out.
reason to drop her off there
What bridge? He dropped her off at a gas station.
at the PEI bridge.
Oh, there's a gas station there? Okay, well.
It's the largest bridge in the world.
Okay.
Longest.
How big is the gas station?
That's fairly decent because a lot of big trucks have to cross there to keep PEI stocked daily.
Okay, am I sharing this? So this is, how do I make this like this? This is supposedly, this is the bridge?
Yeah, it's the longest bridge, or it held the longest bridge in the world for a long time.
Okay, yeah, it said he dropped her off the, there
is nothing there. This is a barren area. There's no population there. There's no reason to drop her off there.
I don't know why they would put this picture on here sideways, but this is where it says that he dropped her, she was last seen. October 3rd, Borden, whatever, Prince Edward Island is asking for the public's assistance in locating 30-year-old Elora, how do you say this?
Patoni?
Patoni?
French, I don't know.
Well, you should know. You're like one of them.
Je ne parle en français.
Okay. Who was last seen in Borden, Carlton on June 17. So that must have been the day you dropped her off.
I want to know, did someone see her, or is that just what he told the police?
Okay, so he told the police that, and then he said he talked to her 2 days later, and then, let me show you this.
He said he talked to her. I'm
Okay, but
thinking
look.
he just mailed her phone, and he's sending text messages to it.
No, she doesn't have a phone anymore. After 2 days, she called and said, I'm not going to have any of this communication anymore. I'm going off the map. This says, I thought there was an
Prince
update.
Edward Island's a small island, so why would you want to go there? It's also like $35 or $50 to cross the bridge.
Last 8 updated. She was last seen on Albert Street in Moncton on June 19th.
Moncton. Yeah.
That's what I said. 2 days later than previously reported sighting of her. So it says she was sighted on the 19th. I bet you that's just him saying he texted her.
I think so. Or because he said she was wearing this random coat that she never had before, never wore before. And I think he might have dressed up like her, maybe used her debit card at a bank machine with his face covered and made that her record.
Huh?
Allegedly.
Oh yeah, I should put an allegedly banner up. This one works probably just as good.
Okay. He is what they're accusing Brian Koberger of being.
What?
Like narcissistic, like a serial killer type guy. Thinks he's more intelligent, wants to repopulate the world with his sperm.
Okay, but he is intelligent, right?
Yes.
So
most serial killers are.
You think he's a serial killer?
He's just getting started because he said he had to do his revenge on women. He was scorned by so many women, he wanted to get his revenge on women. So his plan was to repopulate the earth with his ethno-white seed.
So I was listening to him last night, and yes, he does think that would be ideal, but he also said, it's far worse to be an incel and have no seed and no purpose. So in his idea that the men who have decided they can't get laid should go for Asian chicks because they're like you, kind of like you like the Asian chicks. I don't know why, but
Yes.
same probably principles. So he's not like only do sex with white people and have white babies. He's more into population and having
He wants to overpopulate
spreading
the world.
your like legacy, your morals, and I think
He's a
that I don't know.
genetic racist, yes. He
But
wrote a
he's
book
not
on that.
that. I mean, so I was thinking he was like super white supremacist, like you were
Oh, he
saying.
is.
Well, he also is okay with procreating with Asians, so that doesn't seem
Yeah,
such
because he's
a
gonna try and water their gene pool down. He's trying to water them out.
no. I think he understands that. I don't know. It's I don't know.
Oh, trust me, I've been following him for years. He's a super racist. He also has ties to Jeffrey Epstein.
How so?
Jeffrey Epstein gave him 25 grand to do some research or some social media campaign or something. He admitted to it on video when he was talking to Richard Spencer, the other white supremacist.
Was this like after okay, but he was interviewing these people. So at the end of the day, sure he might agree with them, but just because he talked to them doesn't mean he also
Oh no. He was more crazy than they were. You can see
okay.
like when Richard Spencer he starts talking about how much what was 25 grand, yeah. And he's like, "You got that from Epstein?" You can see Richard Spencer's face like, "Holy shit, I got to get away from this." Like you could physically see him like, "Oh god, this guy's nuts."
While he was doing research at that school.
Whatever he was doing, he was just funded by Jeffrey Epstein. He was
Well,
crazy. And for a Canadian guy in Montreal, like that's weird.
well, he was okay. So you don't know anything about it. You don't know when he got it, why he got it, where he got it. You just heard that he got it.
Got what?
25K from Epstein.
He said it himself in that interview with Richard Spencer. He was proud about it. He
Right, but I'm
bragged about it.
asking you if he used it,
Oh.
if he got like the school he worked for got a grant because he was doing research back. I think he worked for, let's go to his wiki, it'll tell us.
Duke,
Person.
maybe.
Duke, I was going to say, but it sounded wrong, so I didn't say it.
Yeah, there's Duke there.
Studied at the University of Montreal, neuroscience. Here it is. In 2014,
Yeah.
Getty received $25K from Epstein to start a nonprofit organization, Neuro TV, which was dedicated to education on science and philosophy via YouTube. Oh wait,
So
I
you
clicked
could
the wrong
spread
thing.
his ethnic ideas.
I'm not a robot. Am I? I think I just gave them access to all my docs. Hold on a second.
Oh. Yep, you're at risk. You're at risk. Oh, crashing.
Okay, well, that didn't work out.
So yeah, he's a crazy man.
He might
And
be
he
a
has
crazy person.
hate for women.
Does he?
Oh yeah, open hate for women. He detests them all. He thinks they all should be like slaves and birthing canals.
Let's introduce chat to what we're even talking about.
Okay.
Let me go back really quick. Oops. I gotta go back to Wiki because I done got myself virus out for a second. So there's this guy. Where did he come from? He was a professor. He wrote a book. He got fired as a professor. He's Canadian citizen who wants to be American. So he tried to impregnate some chicks and get a green card that way.
Yep,
Okay.
to get a green card.
So basically on the internet, is he like a part of the manosphere or?
No, he was part of the white ethnosphere during the
Like-
early YouTube days. So he got his start through Andy Worski, who was popular at the time. And Andy brought him on because Andy's like, "Oh, I get a doctor on my," because he was just a retarded YouTuber, like, you know, smaller, like more crazy than I am. And so he got this guy who was a doctor to come on a show and explain the scientific reasoning why white people were more superior than the other ethnicities, and because he studied the brain, and it turned into the whole ethno state. 1488 was like their favorite number. Crazy white supremacist stuff. And then they broke up, their little bromance, and they told all their secrets about each other and went their separate ways. And Andy stopped doing the white supremacist stuff, and JF kept going.
Okay. And you don't agree with him because it's just a little too racist for you?
Super racist, yeah.
All right, that's fair. What else do you know about Guy? He was a neuroscience
He
researcher.
has an
Oh, it did say
affection for
Duke.
mentally retarded girls.
Well, that could be true. Let's look at that. Okay. First of all, let's not jump there. So he has a few marriages and
Yes.
he's trying to have a baby. That's his thing, right? He's
Yeah,
like, I'm
as
trying to
many
get a
as
woman
possible.
that wants to start a family because it's important to him to have
Children,
enough
yes.
children, right?
Right.
And he has 2 divorces and then gets his 3rd wife. So he marries his 3rd wife in January. They're divorced by June, but she gets pregnant. So
Because he
she gets
just needed to plan it.
well, no, he actually refuses to acknowledge their separation and tries to not give her a divorce. He's like, "No, dude, what the fuck? I told you we got to have babies. It's important that the child is raised with both of his parents." Like, he was trying to like do the perfect, whatever. He wants to be a stay-at-home dad. He wants to do all of this, like what he figures will make this perfect human or
Yes.
humans or whatever. His contribution to the gene pool is or
The
something.
child will be his lab rat to raise.
And so they're all our lab rats. That's just the way it goes. They don't come with a manual, so we get to figure it out on our own. So he gets divorced. They get separated. She ends up having the baby. The day she has the baby, she files for custody and a restraining order and all this shit. Like, I guess he's
Crazy.
allegedly, according to her, he's harassing her during the pregnancy and, I don't know, just weird shit. I don't know, it's her word against his, so who knows? But, like, he wanted weird shit, like, he wanted his own hospital room in the maternity ward when she was having the baby. He's like, "Where's my room?" I'm like, "What?"
Because
He wanted
abusers don't want them to have any alone time with strangers to be able to ask for help. So as long as he's there to watch, keep eye over her, she can't ask for help.
I mean, I don't know, I possibly, yeah. But so she has the baby, they go to court, they get an order, and he doesn't have any visitation with this kid or custody. Mom gets it all.
Yes.
And as far as I can tell from everything I've seen, he has never seen that kid. And
No,
so
because he's like the court wanted psychological evaluations of this man. Like multiple courts or multiple prosecutors or judges all wanted psychological evaluations because he's crazy and he refused to comply with any of them. So that's why he lost custody. Like, look, you can have 50-50 custody. We just want to have a third party psych evaluate you. Nope, no way I'm submitting to that. No way.
yeah, and they didn't offer him 50-50 custody. They just said he needed to go for an eval.
Yeah,
So
at least do that. Do a good faith step.
and he's like, "This is my child. I don't care if I'm the craziest person ever. It's my child. Like, I love my kid and I wanna be around my kid. Why does the court have to give me a psych eval to see my kid?" You don't think that's crazy?
Depends what the mother was telling the court. Who
Yeah.
knows what he was saying he was going to do with the kids.
Well, we could see what she told the court. Let's look. Hold on. Is this it?
He's obviously like someone who doesn't have a conscience because he's not even concerned about this woman who laughed her. His kid's mother laughed like, "Oh yeah, she's gone. Fuck it." Like he has no conscience
Kids'
at
moms
all.
leave all the time. Okay,
Yeah,
get
but
out,
he's
Mom.
not even. He doesn't even feel sad for the kids.
How do you know that?
Because he said it.
He said, "I don't feel sad for these kids who lost their
Yes,
mother," or he
yes.
said, "I'm not talking about my kids."
No, I don't care. I have no affect. I'm a person that doesn't show affect.
Oh. Well, I didn't
care.
hear him
I
say
don't feel
that.
either way. I'm a
Are you
libertarian.
talking about when he was talking to that one bitch that ruined the interview by asking about his kids repeatedly?
Yes.
Because that's not what he said. He was saying,
In the Crucible.
"I'm not overly emotional. There should be more men like me who don't put their feelings into this. She's a grown woman who wanted to leave and she is gone, and what's the big deal?" He always wanted
Right. But it doesn't make sense because she wasn't a survivalist. She was barely fucking allowed to be with him legally because she was so Down syndromed.
Yeah, okay. So if you just look at her photos, you don't actually get that. Let me see. Let me go back to these missing persons things. So for the record, there's no charges against this man. He doesn't the cops aren't looking at him as a suspect as far as we can tell. This is
Oh
just
no,
internet
he
rumors
admitted
and
that they're
speculation.
knocking on his door every day.
Who told you that?
JF himself.
He told you that? I didn't even know you had his number.
Yeah, on the Crucible, he said the police come to my house every day. It's borderline harassment that they knock on my door to give me updates every day. Because they're just trying to like
what's
annoy
the
him till the
Crucible?
point where he
Do you have a
snaps,
link for
right?
that?
Yeah, it's the Crucible interview.
Is that the girl?
The show's called The Crucible, yeah.
Was that the one with that girl, or that's the one?
No, with the guy who was
That's the one that
JF
mad
said,
at the
"You're a
internet.
professional. I like the way you let me do whatever I want." Yeah.
Well, you know the Canadian police are fucked. They'll harass everyone, like preachers and anyone who doesn't do right things. So why would we care? Like that's not to me. Them showing up is just because they harass, not because he deserves it. Like, is this the one time you're going to side with the state and
Yes.
the accusations
Yes,
over
because I've
any real
watched him
proof?
for years. I know he's crazy.
Okay, that's fair. Sometimes reputation gets you fucked. So
He
this is
admits
her.
it. He admits it all. Like everything that people think's an exaggeration. Yes, I said that. Yes, yes, yes. And then he does his little Frenchy thing, and people forget what he said before and just listen to his little French accent.
This is this is her missing person.
Like she's a big
From the
girl,
police. Big girl. I know she's 5'10".
like
That's a big girl.
140, 150 pounds.
Yeah.
Oh, and he was starving her. She said in
5'10".
one of the video that he was starving her and trying to kill her.
So what? She said it. Does that make it real?
Well, she
What
was
video?
she
His video with her?
whatever one she like interrupted and he kept trying to like mute the mic and shove
Okay,
her
we're
in the
gonna watch
room.
that. We're gonna watch that. I just saw it happening and I wanted to watch it with you guys. So let me read this. She's described as 5'10", 140 to 150 pounds, curly brown hair, speaks French and English, and has connections to PEI and Quebec. She was reported missing this week. When someone goes missing, it has deep and far-reaching impacts for the person and those that know them. We ask that people spread the word through social media respectfully. There is a phone number, 1-800-222-TIPS. Just the tip, though.
Yeah. PEI is a very small province. Like, I don't think there might be 5,000 people on the whole island. Maybe 10, but it's very small populated island.
Provincing's new Missing Person Act was used to gather information about the case. This was updated 10 days ago. They're reporting more recent sighting of Elora, a woman whose whereabouts have been unknown since June. Corporal? Is that what CPL stands for?
Yeah.
Corporal Moore said Friday that Elora, 30, was seen on Albert Street in June, 2 days later than previously reported sighting of her on the 17th. Oh, okay. So hold on. If she was on this map, let me just share this. Let me pop this out. This is where she was. And then Albert Street. Oh, hell. I'm supposed to find Albert Street. I guess there's not that many streets. Should I ask for help?
That area has a ton of security cameras around it too.
Anyway, she's here somewhere. Maybe she just got a new boyfriend and like fucking bounced.
Well, do you know how she met JF?
Hold on. I don't. He said that she was wearing a brown faux leather jacket and black pants and was carrying a school bag. That's somebody reporting seeing her. I wonder if that's him reporting seeing her. She describes 5'10", 140 pounds, brown hair, curly, speaks French and English. The Missing Person Act is being put to use in the investigation, but he could not reveal exactly how. Do you know what that is, the new Missing Person Act?
I think it means the cops can go in through your data history without your permission or knowledge. They can do stuff that you wouldn't want them to do. Because we have no rights in Canada. So they just make a sob story because somebody went missing. And, if we could have had this information a week before, we would have found them. So now government gets a blanket fucking access to whatever they want.
So
that's why he said that she damaged 2 of his laptop computers with water, not once but twice. So he had to get 2
before
brand
she
new
left.
laptops. Yes, yeah. She was
Interesting.
playing around with water because she was so clumsy, and so she's an idiot, but she's also 120 something IQ.
Well, IQ just means she has. Well, yeah, okay. She could. Okay. I can say the new Missing Person Act does allow police to access information that is of tremendous value to a missing person's file that may not have been available previous to this act. The act that came into effect on September 9 gives police access to cell phone and banking records, as well as other kinds of information that would previously have been considered private unless a police request was made as part of a criminal investigation. Oh, that's dope. That's bad timing for him if that's true.
But that's why the
Because
laptops got
if
wet.
she goes missing June, 3 months later, they're like, "Oh, by the way, you don't have to be a if you report someone missing, we get to go through all their shit." He said okay, first of all,
He
so
didn't even report her missing.
because she's not missing. She's just a woman who's walking around.
The
She's
neighbors
not
reported
missing.
her missing.
Yeah, but her parents didn't. Supposedly, her family isn't considering her a missing person either because of her history.
According to him.
Yeah.
No one else said that but him.
Who else is talking about it?
Do you think her parents don't care? It's on the news.
Do you think that they would say something if they cared? Because they're not talking about it.
Maybe there's legal reasons for that. I don't know.
Yeah, my daughter's 30, she's missing, but legally, I'm not gonna ask you to go searching for her. Fuck out of here. No, that
No, I
doesn't
think
make any
the
sense.
father tried to have her declared legally incompetent to be an adult, so she couldn't go with JF. So I think they were estranged like that.
What? Where do you see that?
They went to court for it. There's a
No,
whole
they
court.
didn't. That was a different girl.
No, that was this one.
Nope. Because
Yeah.
that girl, no, it was a different girl, dude.
No, he has an affinity for potatoes.
Okay, hold on. Let's bet.
What are we betting? What's my punishment?
Who do you want to lose?
Well, you brought up the bet.
I'm just asking what you're willing to lose. I'm bringing up the proof, the receipts real quick so that you can lose properly, I guess
I'll
that's
smoke
what
a bowl if I lose.
That's not good enough.
What do you put forward?
I'm not gonna lose.
See, she's scared now.
I'm not gonna lose. I have the receipt here. I have the case and I have the girl's name and the state they were in. Do you have any of that? Or are you just gonna pretend it's this chick because Chad doesn't know?
I think it's this chick. I think this because he has multiple special needs girlfriends, not just one, multiple.
I'll just wait while you move the goalpost. Let me know when you're done.
What goalpost? That was what I said. Her dad tried to have her declared mentally incompetent. Right? That was my initial kick at the goal. I'm sticking with it.
Mm-hmm. And she now has multiple ones, so this might not be her.
No, this is still her. But there are other special needs girls.
What happened when the courts tried to get her when the dad tried to get her custody or whatever you call it?
What happened? I think did the dad win? I know the court kicked JF out because he had no standing because she wasn't pregnant.
Okay.
Or she was pregnant, but he didn't have a baby. Either way, he had no say in the matter. How did that go? Fuck. I shouldn't have got high before we came on air.
Wow. The spin is real, y'all. He's gonna be 2 inches shorter soon.
I'm sticking to my original story. There are 2 special needs women that JF had an affinity for, got pregnant with, and the parents tried to have them removed from. Yeah.
There's one. There's one. And the parents won, and he didn't get to be with that girl anymore. And they were no longer. Huh?
So she was that retarded.
Not this bitch. It's a different bitch.
Right. But that did happen, right? I'm not misremembering that. But I think this girl's retarded too.
She could be retarded, but no one tried to get custody. No one said that she's so retarded she can't be with him. Her parents aren't trying to come to her rescue. She's able to have a whole ass relationship and several children. Like, I don't.
Isn't this the one who left her family because she thought JF could rap?
Rap?
Oh yeah, he used to be a rapper.
I don't know any of that.
That's what. Oh, there's a video out there. Go on YouTube. JF raps.
Mm-mm.
It was supposed to be a intellectual rap because he was going to do it because he was so smart. That's what kind of made him YouTube famous, was a stupid intellectual rap. So this girl, anyway, one of these girls saw that rap and fell in love with him, and that's the one who wanted to leave her parents
Okay.
to be with JF because he was such a good intellectual rapper.
Well, when he's going through this divorce with his wife that he does have a child with that he didn't get to see, the one I told you about earlier,
Yes, wasn't she smart though?
she probably still is. When he was going through this divorce is when he met the 19-year-old mentally handicapped person. She's on the spectrum. She has autism. And
Yes.
she supposedly had the capacity of a 10 or 11-year-old, understanding-wise. He said she's fine. She's actually fucking way better than most of these bitches I've ever hung out with because she's smart. She might not, whatever. That's what he says. She flies out to meet him. They do sex for her
Voila.
first time. They're in a relationship. Her parents find out like what's going on. They're like, okay, no. She can't be making these type of choices, which is kind of retarded if you're
Okay,
asking
pause. I got
parents,
a question about
because
that.
you don't after parent. You parent
Right.
before you fucking send your retard on a plane to go do sex with a fucking 31-year-old dude. Like,
Right.
what are you doing after the fact? It's ridiculous. But
Okay.
when
I have a-
he's getting his divorce, he gets with this chick because he is about 5 years into his visa. He needs to have a marriage and a baby so that he can stay here.
He's a
First
snow
bitch leaves,
Mexican.
getting his baby, so he's now engaged or promised to 19-year-old chick. Her parents come in. The court does give the parents custody. He never sees chick again. He says, whatever, she went her own way. She did her own thing. Moving on. I've moved on. That's the only retard that I can find paperwork on that this happened to. So I'm just going to stick with stuff that we can prove and not shit that the internet says, because the internet's fucking retarded.
And I'm from Nova Scotia, so don't believe me.
I got the disclaimer up. People know you retarded too, boy.
So here's my big question. Do you think somebody with the IQ of a 5-year-old can consent to a sexual relationship?
No.
I don't either. But JF's stance is that as soon as she hits that calendar age date, no matter her IQ, it's fair game. Because they're of age. They're a legal person. So if they are legal, they are for me. Even though they're wearing diapers and drool, it doesn't matter, right? As long as he can get them to nod yes, they're good to go.
Yeah, that's a problem.
That's a problem. I think that's a problem. And some people think
Yeah.
it's legal age is legal age.
Well, I mean, what is he? First of all, he meets a girl online. They have decent conversation, whatever he's deeming decent. He clearly sets the bar very low for women if this bitch has an 11-year-old IQ or mentality and she's reaching it.
Women.
Well,
Hates
I think he loves them. He's just annoyed by them like a lot of people are. Just like I like dudes, but they're fucking retarded. So whatever it is, I forgot my point.
You were right.
Because you guys are still retarded. You don't piss me off, Nova. Okay, so I don't know where we were. So he ends up. Oh, so he doesn't get his visa extended.
He got deported?
Well, he moves back to Canada because he gets this chick who he's like, whatever, my new girlfriend is pregnant. We're going to start our family in Canada. And goes back home.
If he was a professor at Duke, wouldn't he just have a working visa and be allowed to stay for forever?
That's why he was here. Not forever. But he was working. He lost
fired.
his job.
He got fired from Duke for doing inappropriate things with students.
He had a relationship with his
undergrad or something.
That's not her. Something like that. Yeah, she was his like apprentice.
PhD student. There was some. Yeah, it was one of those subordinate what was that word? Undergrad student or thesis student, master student.
So either way, she worked in the lab with him. She was his understudy. Let's call it that.
Yeah, understudy, not equal to, but co-worker, but less than. Yeah.
Because he ended up appealing his divorce. I mean, his custody. Everything from their case was scanned into the appeals court. Well, not all of them were scanned in gray, as you can see here.
Look at that
And there
great Canadian technology.
are
Xerox.
some of the pages are good, but this is
That is a
bad.
Xerox.
In here, the story that we're talking about exists. I only got to page like 90 something before I
Gave up.
gave up. Well, it was interesting, but there's all these like, so that girl makes a statement in his divorce about what happened, and he's really pissed off. He tries to get it struck from the record. He's like, "What does this have to do with anything?" And they're like, "It wasn't on the record until you're bringing it up because she told it to a private investigator. A private investigator had to find out." Like I don't know. It's convoluted. All this shit is convoluted. But it turns out he says he just had to leave. He was disillusioned with science and where academia was going. And so he left to be a
Oh
stay-at-home
yeah,
dad.
yeah. I didn't. Yeah, he did the Farron. I wasn't fired. I quit.
Don't you know, like that's Divinity's fault?
I'm on vacation forever.
Anyways, forever. So but the girl that he has the relationship with, so Duke says they're not going to comment about it. So there's
No.
there's no knowing that what really happened, right?
Yeah. Well, it's too legally if they're just doing a no
She
comment.
lived with him though. This chick, he moved in. They lived together for 5 months. He tried to get her pregnant, really wanted a baby, and she left. She's like, "No way." Crazy, emotionally abusive,
I think he can.
controlling.
Yeah, I think he can be the super nice, suave guy for like a month, and then the crazy kicks in, right? I think he can act for a month, maybe 2 months, and then he starts like doing the white supremacist, crazy women are slave thing.
I don't know. I might have listened to too much of him because some of the shit he said, I'm like, huh. Okay, hold on. You want to?
That's the French accent. You're falling for it. They're slippery little rats.
You think?
Oh yeah, no, that's the French are devious with that little accent. They're bad.
But what makes it convincing? What is
I
it
don't know. I don't. It's crazy. Look at that, like an average looking French person. You're like, you'll rate them, and then they talk. You're like, ooh, maybe they're like 2 numbers higher. It's retarded.
Yeah. So it turns out to be the all of their information about the kid, about the custody, about all their whole ass.
So
divorce.
he has 2 that I know of, for sure, but doesn't he have 2 with this new girl that's missing?
So I watched videos from about 4 months ago from him, and he doesn't say how many kids he has. He says he has plenty. He's definitely exceeded his quota of how many kids he should have. So
you have
he
a
has at
fucking
least
quota?
3.
Like that's crazy.
Well, you gotta have 3 kids, right? One for you, one to replace
Population
you, one to
replacement,
replace
yes.
your husband, and one for the government. That's what Cool Frog taught me.
Yeah. I think it's 2.2 kids to stay alive.
Right. Yeah.
For the earth not to
So
depopulate
we'll just
itself.
assume he has 6. Maybe he doubled it.
Yeah.
But so he had he was
So
married.
are these kids gonna be normal? So he's like super IQ, and these girls are mentally retarded. Are they just gonna average out and have a normal kid?
Well, the first one wasn't retarded. She's a mental health person. She doesn't seem retarded. The first wife?
No, the kids with the special needs one. Do you think their kids are gonna be normal kids?
Now, I don't know that she has special needs, but let's listen to her talk.
There's the French accent, everything sounds really nice and pretty and good. Like not like the Germans, everything they're spitting on everything, the German, right? But the French accent, just bring up someone with talking in French. It sounds so nice, even if they're talking about like gross stuff.
Okay.
But then she talks, and there's nothing nice about it.
We do have a video of her talking. My dog wants in or out. Let me should we read his statement on all this?
I saw a video of her drinking on stream too.
So?
Well,
she's 30.
But she's mentally retarded. Can you give
Oh my God. Who the fuck? What kind of Karen are you? Who do we call, Nova? Who do we write letters to?
You couldn't have sex with a mentally retarded person.
Oh my Lanta. I don't even have pearls to clutch. Hold on. Let's can I show you his statement about all this? He made it 10 or 11 days ago now, and then we can listen to her speak. How about that? That way we can
There's
get
videos about Mama JF from 4 years ago, or like this whole relationship stuff 4 years ago on YouTube. So
Yeah,
he's been
that's all
doing it
that's
for
kind of what I
years.
wanted to talk to you about because you said you've been following him, and he said there have been times where she's left and come back, and it's all video documented. So how come this is different to you? But not yet. Let me read this
Okay.
statement. Official statement by Jean-François Gariepi to the public space. Now you
Okay,
know
wait,
he
pause.
nepotism. No,
Look, no, your husband just went to go get cigarettes and never came back. What are you going to write a public statement?
no, I'm gonna fill out the insurance forms. I'm like, sit down. She didn't just go away. She's been gone for as many of you may have learned from the recent Daily Beast article, there are actions in my past. Oh, this isn't that. This is him talking about this is him talking about the retard, I think. Let's keep reading it. There are actions in my past that I need to confront. I'll just be honest with all of you. I just can't hide these anymore. So I think it's better I come clean on all of this. I did make love to many women in my life. I did, and then I did it again. I did explain to these women that I was interested in having a stable family. I did explain to these women that to me, a family included having babies. I did explain to these women that I wanted to spend a lot of time with these babies by being a stay-at-home father. I did pursue a case in the Court of Appeals when the state of North Carolina tried to intervene with my ability to care for one of my children. The article is correct in stating that I am persistent in pursuing this appeal. I don't know why I do that. It's as if caring for my child has become something very important to me. In short, I live an eccentric life trying to build a stable white family with various women when we all know this is well outside the boundaries of today's norms and practices. Some of these women were extremely sexy. Some of them, I have to admit, were only like 5 out of 10. I know that the stable white heterosexual family lifestyle that I'm pursuing may trigger some people who have been educated in the current homonormative matriarchy. I'm sorry for anyone I've disappointed or triggered. It's just my nature, though. So, okay, that's not it. But this is one of his statements about,
Seems
sorry, I
normal,
wanted to have babies.
right?
What's the problem? Like, okay, what if I was seeking out a soulless baby and just wanted to find a ginger dude? Is that a problem?
No, I don't think.
Well, then what's the problem if he wants to have a white heterosexual
Because
family
he's seeking out
lifestyle?
retarded people to do it.
That's true. That's allegedly.
And if he's so brilliant and so smart and intelligent, why is he going after a 5
Here.
out of 10 in looks departments?
She's pretty. This girl's pretty. That
No,
some
stop.
bitches are sexy, but you wake up in the morning, you gotta. It's called
She's
coyote weather.
5'10".
Ouch! How big is Jean-François?
I don't think he's that big. I think
No.
he's definitely under 6 foot because he's French.
Okay, here's what I was meaning to show you. The police in Canada is looking for Mama J because in true Mama J fashion, she has left our home in June and has disappeared from the map. I'm sure that Mama JF is fine. Did I say FJ this whole time? Like she's a goddamn car?
No, you
My
did it
bad.
right.
I know she has been safe for at least 2 days after I dropped her where she wanted in June. She left our home entirely voluntarily to go live a life of adventure wherever it would bring her. But since she has electronically disappeared, not connecting to her cell phone or updating me or her family. My bad. I
So
ask
your
anyone
husband
who
says, "Can you
would
just
have
drop me?"
encountered her to just notify the police so that they can know she is safe. And I ask her if she wants to leave a note to the police, me or her family to ensure everyone of her safety. If you want to send an encrypted tip anonymously, I can receive them here.
Yeah, that's JF
Mm.
saying, "I'm going to send myself my own encrypted emails to say I saw her and I had a beer with her. She's totally fine. Everyone forget it."
It's weird, right? So the first he says she wanted to leave, and I was like, okay, that's whatever you want to do. You're a grown up, but it's going to probably put me in a situation with bills and utilities and getting shit done if you just disappear. So she's like, I promise to keep in contact with you. He's like, so I
But
drop her off at the gas station. 2 days later, she calls me and she says, I'm going off the grid. I'm going to trash my phone. No one's ever going to, I don't want to be electronically tracked. I don't want to
how does
leave.
that sound to a normal
And
woman?
he goes, okay, you're a grown up. And they fucking whatever, however they shake in Canada. And hold on, like, literally 2 days before that, it was a giant problem that you couldn't contact her, and now suddenly you're like, "Yeah, that's her, that's Mama
See ya.
JF." Weird, that part doesn't make a lot of sense.
And she
Because you're
left 2 kids at home.
And then in that interview with that guy, the one you were talking about before, he says she has access to the bank, she can walk in anywhere she wants, she can just go get money, she doesn't need a bank card, she doesn't need an ID, she doesn't I don't know how she doesn't need an ID,
What?
but
Yeah.
yeah, she
And
left
she
all of
went
her
out
shit.
in the woods with a pleather bag, like
But why
a
do you
pleather
say
jacket
woods? I thought he dropped her off in the woods, but he dropped her at a gas
at a
station.
gas station. Like, okay, she's gonna go on a nature adventure and you drop her off at a gas station?
You need snacks. Haven't you ever been on a hike? You need to get some Cheetos
Yeah,
and
most
Dr.
survivalists just,
Pepper.
stop at the gas station before they're going off, like, into the wild for months on end.
Uh-oh.
And she bought, like, camping gear, or he said they just recently bought camping gear, so she was such a survivalist, because she said what that was. Oh, 007. She was 007 type of girl who could just disappear like that, cross borders like that. Like, she was so
Worse. Why don't you quote him correctly? He literally said 007. I'm like, God damn it, how did you ruin that, you fucking Canadian?
You gotta do it with a French accent.
007.
00.
Look at this.
Like,
I
why would
found
you
this.
say she's a 007 agent? She's that able to, like, disappear and hide off the grid.
It may be too soon, but an appreciated DIY video about drywalling, composting, and heavy duty stain removal. I think it'd be very funny.
He'll do it. Right, so he completely ripped out all the drywall in his kitchen and replaced it all, sterilized it all, because she was gone for 3 days. And he wanted to remove the female aura from his home.
I mean, if I get company, I'll sage a motherfucker leaves. I'm just kidding.
Replace your drywall?
Yeah,
The mother of
Mama.
your children? She's been gone for 3 days. She's just going camping as far as you know.
Hey,
And you're just gonna start ripping
listen.
out drywall?
I have a lot of shit I would rip out if my husband went away for a minute. He'd
And
be
use
telling me
words like
no.
sanitized. And then 2
I
years
ain't
earlier
gonna
did a
that part.
video about how to sterilize and sanitize yourself to get in and out without leaving a trace.
Did he do that?
Yes, the video's out there of him showing you step by step of sterilization,
I don't believe
building
you.
a safe room, having it prepared, having it all
Well, what's wrong
plastic.
with that?
Well, your wife's missing now. It's kind of funny.
Not if he's always sort of been that way.
And you replace the drywall 3 days after she left and use the words, "I sanitized the home of that
Yeah,
woman."
okay, so in his first divorce, he ends up having 1 kid and is not allowed to see that kid for forever, ever. Then he gets this chick. They have a kid. Allegedly, they have a kid. Let me show you this.
Oh, yeah, he kept them off the grid. No birth certificates.
Where the heck is it? They have no birth
So
certificates? That's really smart. I kinda wish,
it's illegal in Canada.
Oh, fucking course it is. Canada's trash.
So
It's
he
probably
did
illegal
that
here
too.
too. This
I
is
think
4
that's
years
why
ago. Mama JF announces she is pregnant. A few days ago, JF and Mama JF said that they are going to have a child together. So this is 4 years ago. I don't know if I'm the only one who is upset about this, but I have a bad suspicion that this isn't going to end well. You go to the video and
Right.
it was removed because the channel no longer Oh, I thought it was gonna show up for a second.
Oh, got all excited.
Did you see that?
I was getting excited. Yeah, man, this
Uh,
has been talked about for years. Like, everyone knows this is crazy. Like, the people who watch JF and know who he is, like, this man is a psycho.
It's called love, you idiot. Well, he did it back in Canada, so I guess he's all our problem now.
See, this is years ago. This is
Uh,
before she went missing. People are like, yeah, it's gonna end bad. And now here she is missing.
I had friends in West Virginia, what's WV, with no social security number or birth certificate. Maybe that's West Virginia. Yeah, because supposedly when you're born, that's why they come at you with that shit in the hospital. They're like, give them these shots, sign up for this, make them a part of the system because you have to. It's your contract. You say,
Right.
okay, yeah, what is it? Yeah, I'll assume your debt. I'll fucking
Your
throw
name
you a
means nothing to the
flag.
government. It's your
I'll
social
fucking
insurance number is all they care about.
yeah.
That number is your cattle prod brand, right? That's
So if
just
you
the
don't
standard.
have it, then I would say you're way, way, way more likely to ever argue that you're a sovereign or win an argument that you're a sovereign citizen because
I
you
think it's
haven't
great, but
become
it's
part of the
also
system.
dangerous because then they do apprehend you for anything, then you don't show up on their system. They'll just keep you indefinitely until they can prove who you are. And if you can't prove who you are, what's the length of time they can keep you?
3 days.
Maximum?
I don't know.
That's what I'm curious about. Like if they can't prove your ID, how long can they hold you?
Well,
I
if
don't
you
have
have amnesia, you just have to stay in jail forever.
Yeah,
I
it's
feel
weird.
like
I'm curious. What do you think it is?
I don't know. Where did I put the picture? Do you see this? Isn't
Yeah.
she's
Yep.
pretty? Oh wait, can you see this?
Yes.
She doesn't look slow. He does.
Wait till she opens her mouth.
Yeah, I do.
Not all retards look retarded. Don't discriminate here.
Okay, my bad. This guy does.
Remember, there's that Down syndrome girl that
I
made the
dated
cover
a
of
dude who
Swimsuit
looks
Edition.
just like this. He's from Texas and his name was Ben. And I bet he has these same ideas as this guy.
A psycho. So yeah, there's one of his buddies, David Duke, KKK guy.
Yeah, I didn't know that's what David Duke looked like. Doesn't he kind of look like, he seems like he might look like that.
Looks like Biden with the face.
Okay. Let's go to this. It's the Mama JF compilation. Let's hear her voice.
Yeah, chat. You tell us if she's retarded.
Let me go to chat real quick. Your tax number.
Listen to how JF talks. Yeah, listen.
Good luck getting.
Listen how she talks.
Something on the books with that one. They make moonshine, grow weed, and other ways to make a living. Hunt for food, fish. They've been like that for generations. You just walked into that one, Nova.
That's the best way to live.
If you have verified amnesia, then they issue you an identity.
So they put you on the system there. You become the system.
Is that real? Do you get to pick your own name? What do you mean issue you an identity? They get to a drawer.
Yeah. It's like $100 you can change
your own name. They pull one out and they're like, your pronouns are going to piss you off.
Oh, that would suck.
I have a feeling anyone without a social security number has life skills that will get them by. Gardening, mechanics, junkyard ownership, etc.
Yes. But if they ever need health care, they're screwed. Because you have to be in the system in Canada because our healthcare is all government run.
I don't think I've seen Congo Red Jr. Welcome to the show.
Hey, afternoon.
You want to follow us so you can come back every Monday and Tuesday and give us all your information? I'm just
Like
looking for friends. David, I knew him for years. He's okay as a person, as a friend or buddy, but he is controlled ops. They generally name you Jane Doe or John Doe. Sue Smith. No.
Yeah.
God damn. Imagine they name you John Doe and you start looking up information about yourself on the internet and you're like, oh, no way. What else happened to me? Everything. You're like, no fucking way. All these John Does. Look, my life is fucked. I'm an old fart. Oh. Is that anything like a dog fart? That's terrible.
Depends what you call old now.
Let's listen. Old, I think, is 60. I think it's over 60
I think I'm old, but I'm disabled.
I know. I mean, for real, what would you consider old?
Like depends what age I was. When I was 15, 25 was old. So it just depends where I'm at in the timeline. So now I think old is like 65.
Yeah, if you retire. But when we get to 65, it's going to be like, not quite old yet.
Yeah. That's
Duck farts are good.
Third life crisis. Start going on these holidays.
Is there a real thing as a third life crisis? I can't wait.
Yeah,
I don't wonder what I'm going to buy.
The golden years, you trade in all your gold jewelry to go on trips.
Oh, hell no. Okay, let's listen. You guys, you're not ready for this, I promise.
The cheese that I really love, it is the original orange cheddar. Now people are saying, Jeff, why don't you share with Mama Jeff? Well, do you want some?
No, because we went to his mother's house and after I drank so much this morning and then I feel like, oh my
Oh, okay, you feel like, oh my god. So you see, she doesn't
He's
want
gonna
And
translate
also, I
for her.
eat only cheese since 2 days. Only cheese. Because why
I
you
would like to sue the person who told me this bitch speaks English and French. I don't hear no English barely.
Yeah, that's
This
called
is
special needs.
false advertising. I don't know what's happening.
But
give
remember,
me so much
he
cheese?
told everybody
Is
she
she
was
You're
smart
drunk
as honey
though?
IQ.
Is she
great
drunk?
teeth,
Is she
taught
saying
at
she's been
school.
drinking all day and that was why she can't have any more cheese?
No, this is how she always looks. She's got that weird, like, can't focus
Happy?
on what she's looking at stare. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a little autistic. Brown Bunny Bay, is she just French or retarded or both? I feel like she could be just French. That's the problem with being
No.
You
French
mistake
people
it for a
sound
retard
French people
on the
sound
regular.
lovely. Listen to any other French girl but her.
Negative. See, you're the one that is in love with dude's voice over here. They don't sound lovely. They sound
See,
retarded.
she won't Google any other French girl talking because she knows them right. She knows.
Relax.
okay. Neil deGrasse
I gotta let my
Tyson.
dog out.
Is it like
Oh,
a
see
plus
what she does?
or
Lisa's with retarded girl.
like a social plus?
No. You cannot accuse celebrities here of rape. This is the public
Why?
space.
There's so much
No, you
cheese.
cannot defame anyone.
This is what took place. These are the kinds of
Hey,
people
maybe
they
we
are.
could have
This
done
is what
that.
we have to arrest. Is that Mama JF? I thought I heard something.
Listen, she's gonna ask for help.
Anyhow,
I had to mute Mama Jeff because
See?
she was
she's trying to
telling
ask
some
for help.
mean things about no white guilt. I apologize. Everyone who's a fan of the show knows that Mama Jeff has an uncontrollable and irrational hate of no white guilt, and we don't hate her for it. It's just a brain spark
Everyone
that she
knows
has
about
where
Mama
she construes no
Crazy.
white guilt as someone else. All right, Lawrence Forbes says, does Mama Jeff really have an issue with no white guilt, or is she just fooling around? She has an actual
Fuck
issue.
him. I need to.
Here we go. Even this guy's like, what?
Don't say anything violent.
No, I want to.
What do you have to say?
No, I get seriously. You tried to kill me, okay?
Okay.
You tried to kill me,
fucking sick
JF.
that
You hear
you're
it?
fucking me with me. You always follow me everywhere, and
You follow me
All right.
everywhere.
and
She
you
can't
say
escape
you want
him.
to make spiritual movement, but you fucking tried to kill me for 3 years, okay? You're fucking
Okay.
psychopath, man.
T'en as dit, maintenant
You're a
va-t'en.
psychopath,
Okay,
man.
so
She's begging
That
for
was
help
actually sad. Okay, so hold on. So her face
Yeah.
isn't doing the right expression.
because she's
But
autistic.
oh man.
He's got her like, think of what was that movie? Oh, but she's completely isolated from all of her friends and family. She's monitored everything she does. He's got her trapped, socially isolated, manipulating her to do whatever he wants, and she's like scared for her life, begging for help. Just like
Where do you
the
see
other
that
ex.
part?
What's that?
Where is she begging for help?
Right there. She's
Here?
asked. He's tried to kill me. JF tried to kill me. He's trying to kill me.
No, they're talking about someone else. They're talking about
No,
a third
listen.
person here, and she's trying to. Okay, let me listen again. Maybe I
It
fucking.
says
I'm-
JF.
Where do I start?
Not far.
I
No, you can
hate-
go ahead a little bit more. Right there. Try right there. This is where she leans in. Listen.
But okay. I'm gonna. But what they're talking about is what I'm trying. I saw this part.
Yeah,
What are
she
they?
says JF's name.
Okay.
don't say anything violent.
No, I want to.
What do you have to say?
No, I get seriously. You tried to kill me, okay?
Okay.
And I'm fucking sick that you're fucking.
She's talking to the person that they're talking to and about. She's not talking
No.
about him.
What do you think she said? I think she said, "I'm
You said you
serious."
tried to fucking for 3
I'm-
years. You think you're doing some spiritual shit, but you tried to kill me, and I'm sick of it.
JF. Yeah, she said.
No, the
You
fucking
didn't hear
person.
JF? I heard her say
Dear
JF.
Lord Jesus, strike him with lightning. No, you're not real. Just kidding. No, she's talking about the person that they're talking about, and she comes to comment about it through this thing. I'm pretty sure.
me with me. You always follow me
You always
everywhere.
follow me everywhere.
All right.
And you say you want to make spiritual movement, but you fucking tried to kill me for 3 years, okay? You're a fucking
Okay.
psychopath, man.
Thomas,
You're
dis maintenant votre
psychopathic.
Okay, so the answer to the super chat is that Mama JF mistakes no white guilt for someone who has committed acts of violence against her.
See, so she's talking to whoever that's no white guilt. And he's saying she's mistaking no white guilt for somebody who has done violence against her, right? Or something to that effect. They're not talking about dude.
I think JF's probably puts a mask on and says he's another person when he abuses her.
I hate you right now.
So that's why you see her currently sad.
He muted her?
Yep.
Mama JF has been the victim of an act of violence. It was not by no white guilt at all. She is confused, and because she is confused, she associates no white guilt with.
Why can't she
People
talk?
are asking on the
Get the fuck
regular
outta
chat, is Mama JF okay? Yes, she is
Well, what do you
doing
mean? Why
good. I
can't
don't
she
know.
talk? Can you hear what he's saying? She's saying
Right. Is she retarded then?
she's mixing someone on the internet up with somebody who did abuse her. Do you think he should let her rant to the wrong person on the internet during dude's show about somebody that she's mistaken if he knows that it's the wrong dude?
Then how come she can't accept it and learn?
She
she
could
has-
be fucking retarded. She's also French.
She
We've
is
gone over
retarded.
this.
That's the whole point. She is retarded.
So what? He's retarded too. Retards can fuck.
No.
They can
I don't-
even make children's.
No, you said earlier that they can't if they have the stupid IQ.
If you said if they have the mentality of a 5-year-old, I was answering a specific question.
Right. So what? How?
No one in this
how
scenario has ever
old-
had that.
How old can we get? Is it a 10-year-old? 12-year-old?
Well, no one's evaluated her for that, so that's going to be an irrelevant question. The
No,
other
that's
chick
what I was
had a
asking.
10 to
Where do you think the
11-year-old
bar is?
IQ, and that was deemed. I think that was probably wrong, but I think the parents should have stepped in long before she started fucking this 30-year-old dude.
Where
But
do you think
that's
the mental
different, and that has
age?
nothing to do with Mama JF. Nothing.
Where do you think the mental age should be?
I have no idea. I mean, probably at least 15, 16, like when
I agree.
normal people start
I
doing
agree.
sex.
But if it's 10, she doesn't sound like she has it above 10.
I don't know.
That's not a
She's
normal French accent.
Is she drinking? Because that'll make her sound away. Is she
No,
Canadian?
that's
You know,
how
all
she
of the
always
things. We're
sounds.
not going to keep going over it.
That's this thing. All the people in that chat are saying, is she okay? Is she okay? Like his own chat saying this stuff. This has been
because
going
she's
on.
acting crazy right now. Wouldn't you say that? Like if someone showed up right now, my sister, anybody, and started being like, fucking Nova, anybody. What if there's sibling rivalry in your chat right there? He keeps fucking following me. He's following me 50 years. He's following me. I'd be like, dude, what the fuck? People in chat would be like, is this bitch okay? It's just normal the way people act, ask questions. I mean, he's probably doesn't have
think
the
if you- I
ability
think
to
if
be
you watch-
embarrassed.
I think if you watch JF for the length of time I have, you'd understand.
Yeah, but I watched him for a day and I already know more than you know about him.
No, just about his I guess his personality. How he's a crazy psycho.
That might be
I'm telling
true.
you, he's got
Although I
that-
did.
He sounds normal. I know he's tricking everybody.
No, he doesn't sound normal to me. I'm not giving him that pass. He sounds convinced about what he believes in. And what's the problem with that? I don't have this is wrong think. He's wrong thinking. There's no such thing as that. Like, do you, as long as you're not harming anyone and he's not, well, he might be. I guess that's why we're here.
That's why we're here. She's gone.
Unless he's harming someone, then this is just an accusation. It's like Russell Brand and why like what? How is he guilty of this?
What
With
do you
no
take
body,
from
no nothing?
his nonchalant, no remorse that his wife and mother of his kids just is gone? What do you take from that? Because that girl interviewing him asked him, like, don't you feel sad or disappointed or anything? He's like, no, I have no affect. I don't care. I don't either way, no matter what. He's just like dead cold.
Sort of what he said. He said more like, he's cool he handles stress and pressure differently, and that he could be a psychopath where he has like no empathy or sociopath.
Yes, that's what I think he is completely, totally.
But not showing the world how you personally feel while you're doing interviews about a big like, you don't think that's possible?
No, this is who he is. He'll tell you. He's like, I've always talked like a serial killer. This is how I talk.
No, he didn't say that. When he said, "I'm cool and calm," she said, "So are serial killers," and he was like, "You're fucking retarded. I'm done with this." He
No,
never equated himself to the serial
there's a
killer.
different interview where I think it's the Crucible one where he says like, I've always talked like a serial killer, like a cold, because he brings up where he said sterile. Oh no, it was Dick Masterson. He brought her up on Dick Masterson's show. Because Dick said something like, oh, you sterilized it. Basically, he goes, yes, I've always talked like a serial killer. This is just my effect. Making lighthearted, like, because Dick was just calling him a murderer straight up to his face, like laughing about it, like, how I'd want to kill my wife too, like just the whole show.
Is Dick married also?
I think he has a long-term girlfriend.
I mean, you don't get it. You never been married, Nova.
No.
Okay, let's keep going.
If she wants to come to say,
I really wish Rumble would stop sucking. I want to use it. I had to leave Rumble and find the link again and not use the YouTube link. Hey, Sean, thanks for showing up. I don't know what's happening. I'm no JF expert, but I watched him years ago. Molyneux, Benjamin, etc. They were fun to laugh at. A type of lolcow.
Oh yeah, this guy's
They
old
all
school.
think themselves intellectuals, but they're retarded.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, I used to watch Molyneux too, and he said some things where I was like, wow, that's good. But the rest of some of the shit, I'm like,
yes,
you know,
yeah, he was like brilliant. It was like diamonds in shit pile.
yeah.
Like, oh, that was really good. And then you have to listen for like 6 days.
If you ever hear me say, what did he say? That's one of my favorite things.
I don't think he should have been yeeted though.
People use, I forgot something about reason and logic being some kind of.
I loved his call-ins. When people would
Mystery.
call in with their problems, and he'd like, why don't you just suck it up? Stop being a baby.
I only caught JF when he and Warski were doing their bit. You can see I left a comment while watching asking if this was pre-recorded because there's no chat.
Oh, there's chat.
Huh. That's weird.
Yeah, that's where JF got his YouTube fame from, was Warski. He just climbed off of Warski's back because Warski was big at the time. He's pulling like 8 to 10,000 viewers live back in the day. But that's when YouTube was like wide open.
Wide open. Okay, let's keep playing.
say hi, but she is doing good, so no worries for Mama JF.
Hey,
Hello.
hey, I just want to say, no, I will never accept your apologies, okay? What you did to me was so mean. And this guy is not a real person. He's doing shape-shifting. And he's a ghost. Don't believe him. He's not a real person.
You can't let this chick into the woods. Hold on. Is she drunk right now is my question.
No, yes. No, I don't think she's drunk. I think she's just retarded.
Hey, that lady on the plane was just like this. I bet she has kids. And she probably fucks a guy who's just as retarded as this dude. Why do we care so much? Oh, because she's missing. I remember now.
Yes, missing.
Okay.
Is she missing?
Camping.
Listen, if she was getting this
Camping
harassed
alone by her, he sent her in the woods alone by herself with a backpack
no, she went.
and a pleather coat. Not a winter coat.
Went. He didn't send her. She wanted to leave.
No,
You don't
he
get
drove-
if he
he
would have
took her.
if he would have not let her, then he'd be kidnapping her. So you can't win.
No, she could have left on her own. He drove her there. She said, honey, can you drive me to this bridge and don't drive me across the bridge, just drop me off where all the truckers are.
Exactly. She need a ride.
Well, that's what he's saying now. She's gonna work as a prostitute with the truckers to do her traveling.
He called her a lot lizard.
Yes, that's it. Lots of it.
Oh man.
Yeah, the mother of your kids has been gone a week or a month, whatever it is now. 3 months. Now you're
4
calling her a
months.
lot lizard?
Well,
She's welcome to come back. That lot
Imagine this
lizard's
bitch
welcome to come
leaves
back.
you with how many kids you think they have. You're like, fuck her. Yeah, she might have been dirty and messy and you need to disinfect when she finally got her ass out of there, but like it's
She's
not
welcome
easy
to
to
the
raise
bank
kids
account,
come
so
back.
He can walk into any bank and take money out, though. That fucking lot lizard.
Just sounds like a French speaker who's bad at English. That's what
No,
McGuire
I'm in the
said.
French end of my province, and no, French women do not sound like that.
The more I
at all.
listen to her, the more I feel like they're right. That she's just that's the way the French it sounds, and she's just trying to sound English or do English. She's horrible at English. Hey, what does this say? 4 of this goes to Div for doing the research and showing up prepared, and 1 for Nova for showing up.
I'll take it. We'll take it.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm going to be on Sibling Revelry Show the end of November, the weekend
Ooh,
after
yeah.
Thanksgiving. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. We'll
Oh,
talk
yeah,
about
you're
it
right,
more
it's
as it gets
November.
closer.
We just had our Thanksgiving last weekend.
Yay. Okay, let's keep listening. I like this girl. I'm sad if she's gone, but I think she'll show up. This is all
You think she'll
publicity
show up?
stunt. Yeah.
You want to bet?
Yeah.
How much? What?
I
What
don't
are we
know.
betting?
I don't know. Think about it for while we watch.
Chat, think about the bet. Does she show up? What's Div's
Okay.
punishment going to be?
So no white guilt is a ghost, according to Mama JF.
Shape-shifting ghost.
I will say, as a journalist, I have a duty here not to allow
Now
defamation.
he's a journalist.
The theory that no white guilt is a shape-shifting ghost is unsupported at the moment.
What do you think?
All right,
What do you think
we
of
have a
everything
question.
Oh,
with
she
Ray?
does drink. Confirmed.
Yeah,
And it's
yeah, I knew
wine.
she did drink.
That's fast.
What do you think about everything in his background is gray? The curtains, the walls, the whole everything is gray.
I wonder how they do all that, but I like it.
I think it's weird as fuck.
What? What would you rather his colors be?
There's being too color coordinated.
Atlanta. No, there's not. You
What
said
was that?
it.
American
Okay.
Psycho. Remember American Psycho? And he had to get that perfect fucking business card. That's his background. He had to have the perfect background, or he was gonna snap and kill her. He finally snapped because she
So
spilled
is it
water
perfect or is it weird?
on it. I think it's weird. Perfectly weird.
I think it's cool because it almost looks like with the
Professional.
colored flag, it almost looks like they went in after the fact and graded out. I didn't
You
notice
should be
it.
mad. He's an illegal alien trying to abuse your country.
He lives in Canada, you retard.
No, but he tried to have a anchor baby. That's why he has the American flag in the background.
Hey, if you can play by the rules and get in, then do that.
For Mama JF coming on the super chat. K Max McDonald says,
Yeah, just
Mama
look at her
Jeff,
eyes.
what
Tell me
is your
she's a normal-
background? What country do you derive your ethnic heritage from?
I can answer that. Okay, but before I had a bad life, but then after I discovered.
Did she just say she identifies with Bud Light? The moment when everything starts fitting into place.
No, they asked her, what's your ethnic background? She says, I can't tell you. I had a bad life. What's that have to do with your ethnic background?
Well, I don't know. I guess we'll listen.
GF. Then I started to look at GF every day. I was always looking at GF. I became crazy. I lost everything I had. I lost my job, my family. I quit school. I lost everything. I was just looking at GF all the time. I was crazy.
What's GF?
JF, him. She left
Him?
Yes, she left everybody. She was focused on him. She just watched JF on YouTube every day. She was infatuated. She one of those YouTube fucking relationships.
This is where she's
like, he's like, oh, you're retarded? Come on down. I'll let me marry you and impregnate you. Come on. That's what she's saying. She gave up her family. She was so because she heard him rap. You haven't heard the rap song. That's what got her. That's why she's so hooked because he's fucking Drake of the French community.
Hey, Sparky's here. He said this is going to be another Zach Anderson BS, no body murder trial, and it's going to be BS. Ooh.
I don't know.
Sparky, are you on
involved? They don't like those jokes.
Farquhar? What's this fucker's last name again? Just
Farquhar?
I gotta look at it in order to say it right.
Farquhar.
It's something. Oh, Gariepi. Jean-François. And everyone in the comments called him Jeff, and it took me a while, but then I heard him say JF. Jeff.
Yes.
I'm like, oh, I see.
That's what she's saying. She was so infatuated with JF over this rap song.
Okay, well, that's.
And then after I wrote him, I said, "GF, I want to suck your dick." And then you told me.
Not retarded at
And
all.
that's my
Not
book.
retarded at all, chat.
You lost your job because you were
I
addicted.
lost everything.
You lost everything because you were
my
addicted
job.
to my shows.
Yeah, I was
He
just
lost
looking at your show all the
everything.
time. Even I had a job, and
I had a gerb.
Yeah, all right. She get to clear tables at the restaurant.
I was going to hide in the bathroom to listen to your show, and I was. Then my boss said, "Why you always disappear for 10 minutes?" Then you fired me. I lost everything. My phone,
Not
my
retarded,
like
chat.
her.
Not
I
retarded
like
at
her.
all. Totally
I hope he
normal.
didn't kill her. I'm real mad if he did that. I hope she's just wandering around being funny somewhere else.
No, it's the perfect victim.
everything because I was just looking at GF show all the time.
You've never told me that.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah.
shocking breaking news, chat.
That is some dedicated fan right here.
That has anything to do with me being on the show. I am due 4 days a week, plus not with the flat Earth thing. That is how the agreement was. That is.
See,
just
Steve
flat
McRae
Earth
was
thing.
interested in the flat Earth, which is very naive and beautiful. Hello, Mama Jeff.
Oh my God. What a nice way to say that. Someone take notes. Where's Madcore? Very naive and beautiful. Yes, that is how you address flat earthers from here on out, y'all.
Look at all the gray though. It's bugging me.
You
The curtain, the
yeah,
wood,
you
the
got
stone. It's
problems.
like 50 shades of gray in the background. That creepy motherfucker caught him.
You're hating.
Got him. 50
Drop
shades
your
of gray's background. Busted. He's one of those.
What's wrong with that?
Except the retards.
Well, that.
Oh, you took your shower?
Yeah, I was sleeping.
Yeah, so.
ALOAIU.
Oh, yeah. She's a big
She
fan
loves
of
Devin
AI.
Tracy.
Hey, I just wanted to say it's so nice what you do, but I don't know why you're atheist.
Yeah, why are you an atheist? AIU?
Yeah. What?
He has to
Yo,
translate
hey,
English into
hey, me, I
English
believe
for her.
in
She's that
God, like.
retarded.
Do you know how I did that?
How did you reach a belief in God?
It's because before I met GF, I was smoking a lot of weed, and after some time, God started to talk to me in my head.
So she's schizophrenic now.
God damn, I did hear weed will do that to you after a while.
That's say it's a trick. It's like if
He's
you
on
have
wine.
I guess if you have the gene for it, you can carry it your whole life. But if you start smoking weed, it'll trigger it on. I think that's how they word it.
I like her. She's funny and she has a lot of I don't know, she's
Schizophrenia.
mean.
Schizophrenia.
Well, that's the alcohol talking.
Weed-induced schizophrenia.
He seems all right too. I don't know. This is weird.
I think that atheism is unstoppable will not be convinced by this argument.
Yeah, that's it. Okay.
AIU was really big back then, so he was trying to like bait AIU to come on and talk to him.
This is him. This is going to be him talking about it when she first went missing, or when he first addressed her missing. If y'all
In
care
June or 2 months later.
This is the original one no, whenever he finally talked about it publicly and the public found out.
Yeah, 2 months later.
Is Devin still making videos?
Yeah, he is. Devin's still, I think he's on Patreon and he has his own website, but he's completely banned from YouTube for his racism. And he's not really racist.
What do you mean?
He is and he isn't racist. He just likes to bring up statistics a lot, which racists love to use. But he does make some great videos. He's an amazing editor at videos. If you ever watch his videos, they're great.
I think
he's a California boy, UCLA.
Do you want to watch this him talking about it? Because aside from this and looking at the map, which I might have actually closed on accident, there's not much else to talk about. This is just going to be him telling the story, and maybe you want to hear it because eventually he's told it twice after this. If it becomes more than it is, he'll tell it again. If they find a body and it goes to court and he's the suspect, he'll be telling it again. So you might want to
Well,
know.
I think he's making the rounds to try and sell his book too. So he's going on. Anybody who wants to have him on, he's going on because he's smarter than the RCMP.
A new book?
Just whatever book he's got. Oh yeah, I wrote about it in my book, and he doesn't mention like go buy my book, but he likes to say I wrote this book if you want to find it.
I was gonna say because his book isn't new, and he doesn't. I didn't hear him say much. It's about like,
Genetic stuff.
yeah. Let's see if I can find it. But it doesn't seem like it's related in any way to.
I think it's like a kind of insinuating racist stuff.
It's more talking about how. Okay, let me just read what it says here. The Revolutionary Phenotype is a scientific book that brings us 4 billion years into the past when the first living molecule showed up on planet Earth. Unlike what was previously thought, we learned that DNA-based life did not emerge from random events in primordial soup. Indeed, the first molecules of DNA were fabricated by a previous life form. By describing the fascinating events referred to as phenotypic revolutions, this book provides a dire warning to humanity. If humans continue to play with their own genes, we will be the next life form to fall to our own creation. Sounds kind of interesting.
So he thinks we're aliens. Something dropped us off here and just threw the seed of humans onto the earth, like God.
His name's God. I don't know his name, but it's God. But again, this is from 2018. This isn't a new book. This is not something he's now pushing. I mean, I didn't hear him even talk about it in the last interview I watched.
Yeah, I watched the Crucible. He talked about it,
but were they talking about
Dick Show? They brought it up a lot. I think not a lot, but they brought it up on the Dick Show.
This is his wheelhouse, yeah?
Yes, supposedly.
Okay, so he's not letting you talk about kids. He will let you ask questions about Mama JF. And then what else would they talk about?
Anything but kids. I think that's it. Anything but kids.
Mm-hmm.
But kids, his kids.
So it kind of makes sense that he would maybe talk about this. I don't know. I'm playing the devil's advocate.
So who was looking after the kids while she was gone for the 2 months before they were taken from him?
What? Who was looking after the kids for 2 months while she was gone and they were taken from him?
Didn't the government take the kids from JF?
Not that it's public.
They didn't have birth certificates.
Where do you see that?
I don't know. Don't quote me, but I thought I saw that because the kids weren't legal, so the government took them. Because she's obviously missing now, so it's a whole child protective. It's better to take the kids and keep them safe and regret it later kind of deal.
Dude, that's when the fucking government can catch fucking cold steel and fucking hot ass lead, thinking you can do better for my kids. Look at the bullshit you did. You're gonna do some MK Ultra. That's what you do when you got kids and you want to fix them.
Oh, did you see that? I don't know if I sent you the email or not about the white Elantra. So more murderers are all being caught with white Elantras, and like MK Ultra is the new white Elantra.
What?
Because I think it was another mass stabbing. Like they stabbed a bunch of people, and the police said he was last spotted driving a white Elantra away, and it wasn't Brian Koberger. So now we got like multiple white Elantra stories are on the go with stabbing murders.
I'm looking for custody stuff about the only custody stuff I found about him was the child that he hadn't seen. I bet it's Canadian shit if he had most of his other kids.
Well, I thought the one that the mom divorced him, wasn't that? I thought that was Texas.
No, that was North Carolina.
North Carolina, yeah. So I think the ones in Canada would have been the ones taken away for not having birth certificates.
Yeah, so let's see, custody.
If that happened, I don't know.
Well, where did you hear that happened? I haven't.
Pretty sure I heard it.
I don't know if that's true, but I don't see it.
And I think the kids were young, like one was like 1 year old. But JF's streaming all the time. So who's looking after the 1 year old or the 2 year old?
First of all, a lot of things. First of all, the only one we can verify was pregnant in 2018 So let's just say that article that I read that she was pregnant in was written in March and she was already pregnant. So we'll just say she had the kid in 2018. So that's a 5-year-old. We don't know if there were any other kids because he wanted a lot of children. Maybe we could assume there's 1 or 2 other kids.
I think he might have tweeted about it, maybe.
About him, like when his next kid was born or something?
Yeah, or congratulations, she's pregnant again.
Oh, yeah. Well, that would be interesting because that would give you another timeline. We'll just say up to, but either way, he streams every night at 7 p.m. His kids are probably sleeping, especially if he thinks he's gonna what at 7. It's 7 for. I mean, I don't know. Why not?
I don't know. It's just real weird, really weird. Especially since the neighbors had to report her missing. He didn't.
That's a Karen. We call those Karens and we laugh at them. Mind your
Well,
business.
if your neighbors are all of a sudden that you see every day and you walk out and get the paper, wave, go back in the house, and then they just don't come, you never see them again. Their newspapers are just full in the mailbox. You wouldn't be like, hey, maybe someone should check on them. There's like 50 newspapers in the box that they haven't picked up yet.
That's not what's happening. Somebody still lives in the house. They're still getting mail, all of that.
But they haven't seen her. She's missing. Like the mother of the kids has not been seen for 2 months. Like,
yeah,
JF didn't say like, oh, she's gone, she went off in the woods. She disappeared.
Should you explain yourself to your neighbors? Is that part of like the way it should go?
She went off the grid. That's not random.
It is random, but it doesn't. You don't have to explain yourself to your neighbors. That's for sure. Her parents aren't looking for her. Her parents aren't concerned. The neighbor is, but the people who know her aren't. So what's with that?
How do you know the parents aren't looking for her?
Well, I guess let me see if I saw it in one of these.
Remember, Canada's fucking retarded.
I know.
She's on the news, so someone had to bring this to the attention of the news. So probably her parents, because the cops aren't doing it. They don't give a fuck.
I thought it was one of these missing persons things that told me that mentioned her parents. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I was on Reddit. That's probably where I saw it.
Like, people go missing all the time in Canada, so for the news to pick up her story, someone had to like be really concerned and really write in a lot. And type her name in Google, see if there's a different news company brings it up besides CBC.
Okay. I don't see. I did look for custody stuff. Oops.
I would assume anyone who knew her personally would be looking for her now.
4 days ago, Newsweek: white supremacist wants more control over women after girlfriend disappears.
Can't see it, but yeah, that's right.
That's hilarious.
See, that's not even Newsweek. Oh, I was gonna say that's not even Canada, is it? But yeah, I think it is. The Daily Beast.
Missing people. Let's see what they say. She just looks normal as shit. Prince District RCMP is asking for the public assistance.
Oh, do you have Facebook? Can you search her on Facebook or anything?
No.
Or did JF wipe that clean too? Because if she threw her phones in the river, that didn't mean she like deleted all of her accounts, purged all of her accounts.
Well, they already said that they were using the Missing Person Act to do all of that. So
to go through JF stuff, yeah.
Right. And he said that they have a shared bank account so that if she's going to the bank and getting money, they'll be able to see that.
She's a lot lizard. If she needed money, wouldn't she just take it to the bank account and not prostitute herself for it?
Well, I didn't hear him say that.
If it was me, I would just go to the bank and take some money out besides working the truck stop for it. Like JF said.
JF lives semi off grid. The first time I ever encountered this guy on that Lauren Girls show, he came off as a guy I wouldn't mind open hand slapping. I bet
Lauren
this
Laguna.
is Quebec. Is he like in a commune? I don't know. He's pretty hush hush on it. I'm still under the impression she's joined the Rainbow Gathering. Not a joke. They were up there near that time. So many autistic people stay with the rainbow. I don't know why. But I've heard him mention having animals, gardens, being out in the middle of nowhere, that kind of stuff before. What do you know about that, Nova?
I don't think JF ever talked about having outdoory stuff. I think he's one of those at his computer intellectual nerds. I don't remember ever talking about survival stuff because I would have fucking remembered it.
I used to go to rainbow gatherings. I toured with the Dead in the 80s and early 90s. They were deadheads and some hippies. Their festivals are all free and they only accept barter for drugs. It's a teenager's best friend. Rainbow Family hits a lot of barter fairs too. They make LSD.
She wouldn't need to barter her body. She could just take it out of the bank.
Several recent murder cases say the time of death is noted when they stop responding to social media and texts. So that would be June 19th.
Weird too that JF's like, I know for a fact she has been talking for 2 days since she last seen, so I knew she was alive when I left her. Like, really, really weird.
Sparky said, I've refrained from talking about this because 1, no info hardly, 2, no records of her being tarted, and 3, it's all sus and way too many speculations from everyone. Yeah, but now here's the thing, Sparky. What we've done in the last hour and a half we're done. We never have to talk about this again. If he murders her, we can be like, remember that show we did?
Yeah.
We're done. We never have to do all this other fucking lore. And now you guys know about it. So at the water cooler, when someone brings up the missing Canadian woman, you could be like, oh, hold on. I know some shit about this. Yeah. Let me tell you. Is it bad? Okay, so he had a kid with the first girl. I was going to tell you his kid's name, but now I'm like,
wasn't it like some crazy thing?
I won't tell you his first name. Maybe I shouldn't.
No one's going to look up. Her chat's not evil, so.
It's in the public records. That's where I saw it, but still.
Right.
I'm not going to tell you.
But it was like, I don't know, Bob Isaac Newton, the great king of something. Like, it was one of these crazy, weird names.
They're pretty anti-tech. The rainbow things, let's look up that. What was it called?
Yeah, and JF is not anti-tech. He's a neuroscientist using computers.
I think they're talking about the rainbow people.
Stuff.
Rainbow gathering.
JF's far from being against technology.
I've never even
She lived at home until she saw JF rap. You got to think about that. She lived at home with her parents until she saw JF rap, and then she was so obsessed with him she lost her job, was fired, was estranged from everyone she knew.
This is a rainbow gathering. Some people believe that rainbow gatherings are the fruit of an ancient Hopi Indian prophecies. A new consciousness arrives on the earth to show us a better way to live.
Is it a swinger event?
I mean, you could procreate. That's the question. Lasting for a cycle of the moon, rainbow gatherings can be found across the world, and here we'll list some of the gatherings to be found in Canada and the U.S. She went missing in June. Colorado was in.
Yeah, she's nowhere near Colorado. Is it
2022. Where the hell is
2020? In Canada?
Hold on.
Because she was going farther away from the American border than closer to it.
Let's see, 2023. Rubber Tramp Rendezvous? What? I don't see. Check. Anyways. The Junkie Sahara Desert retreat? No, thank you. Maybe. Anyways.
Either way, I don't think that's her.
Why not? Why couldn't she have done that?
I would bet my cabinet that she did not. I'm that confident.
100% certain, he says.
100% cabin worthy.
Well,
You
okay,
have
so
cabin.
when he was explaining this to somebody, he said, actually, we can watch it. I'll show you. Where was that one? This one. Pretty sure this is the one. Let's watch it.
Oh, the Ralph, yeah.
I just want to talk about something personal that I'm forced to talk about at this point. It's
This is live.
I've been wanting to keep it relatively calmer and less public, but I've been forced by the various events because
Forced.
people discovered about it, and so I might as well talk about it instead of letting rumors develop and all of the
He
messy
seems happy
information
to talk about it, though.
that can stem from it.
But she seemed happy also, but she was actually crying. I don't know that he's happy. He's live and he's putting on his live mask, right?
Yeah, just watch he has little smirks every once in a while.
So yeah, it's the disappearance of Mama JF. Mama JF has been disappearing in the sense of not leaving any contact, not leaving information about where she was. And I titled my episode "The Cost of Liberty" because I didn't want any of this.
Check out the
I'm
picture
just a
that I
family
used.
guy, and I've always been wanting to provide and
Show the
secure
picture that
for
I
people
used.
around me. But there is one thing I cannot do in our society. I cannot stop you from doing crazy stuff. I cannot stop you from exposing yourself to risks when you say
Can you
the
stop your
word,
husband
I
from doing
want
stuff?
to do it. When you claim your own liberty, you are on your own, and I cannot do anything to protect you. And so that I don't know if Mama JF is in danger. I don't know where she is. But at this point, I'm forced to talk about it because people are spreading rumors on the internet. So I'll just give you my my perspective on all of this, and people are accusing me of murder on the internet. It's like,
See the
you guys
smile?
don't know. You guys
He
don't
likes
know
it.
the police. I've been speaking with the feds on an everyday basis.
That's not good.
For a
every
couple
day.
of days
That's
now,
not usually a
for
good
maybe
sign, but-
I don't know. Maybe
Get a lawyer, Nick.
for a couple
Oh
of
my
days,
God.
I've been speaking to the police
Don't do.
on a regular basis. So it all stems from.
Yeah, but is that the same thing as saying they're coming to my house every day?
Yeah, he said they're knocking on they're coming every day. Because I think he talks about it longer. He's like, he's annoyed at the cops. Like, I don't care anymore. It's out of my control. It's just stop giving me update. But they're just trying to drive him nuts, right? By making sure we're watching you. Like they're putting the pressure on him.
I gotta go back and see.
To the ads on an everyday basis.
That's not good.
No, accusing me of murder on the internet. It's
Hey, PB's in chat.
Hey, good afternoon.
Yeah. She said, "You are streaming a streamer watching another streamer."
It's like quadruple inception.
So this one is live during this. This one is streaming it, and we're just bottom feeders. That's how that works.
It's like, you guys don't know. You guys don't know the police. I've been speaking with the feds on an everyday basis.
The police have been speaking with the feds, not him, on an everyday basis.
I think he says I've also. I think
right. Well, he's
for a
the
couple of
RCMP are
days
the
now,
not usually a
for
good
maybe
sign,
I don't know, maybe
Get a
couple
lawyer,
of
Nick.
days. For a couple
Oh
of
my
days,
God.
I've been speaking to the police.
Don't do.
On
Get a
a
lawyer
regular
now.
basis. So it all stems from Mama JF, you guys know, and I've stated it publicly. In June, she left.
They're really
She
interested in
didn't
talking
want.
to you.
I mean, it's not even clear why she left, and she's done it in the past. You guys have seen it, who have been following the show for years.
Don't remember doing it before.
She wanted to go away, so that's all we often know with Mama JF. She
Isn't there a
wants to
difference
go
between
away.
going
She had
away
done
and
it
going
once,
camping?
and had come back to us.
Yeah, no one said she went camping, I guess. Did she?
He did. They bought camping gear. She had a tent bag.
He said she didn't take any of that with her, but they had bought it, but she didn't take any of it with her.
Because she was going camping. But that was the plan, right? She's a wilderness person. 007.
He said there was a time in her life where she was traveling
That's why he dropped her off at the bridge, because that's what she was
Just
going to
keep
go
listening.
do.
He's gonna say it. You heard this. Listen to it with your morning brain or wherever you're at.
Weeks after, and you
No, you're
remember
okay, Gav. Thank you,
she
brother.
came on the show on the day she came back,
We've been covering
and she
Blade.
said something along the lines of, "Well, I thought you didn't want to be with me anymore," and so. and I said to her, no, you left of your own will. But she says yes, and then she says yes, but I thought you wanted me to leave. That is sometimes the state of delusion.
Congo in chat said, I remember when she left for 2 weeks before. That's what he's talking about here, where she's left before, came back, and she's like, I thought you wanted me to leave. He's like, what? You just left. Why would that have anything to do with me? So if she has a history of leaving, what do you say about that?
I didn't know that. That's new to me.
Okay.
In female minds, and I can't do anything about this. I have zero control over this. If we were in the society, the Christian society of 1920,
you want to snipe the chat?
maybe I could file some report and say, hey, my wife is a little crazy.
Fine, if you
She's
want to
a
read the
little out
chat.
there. Can I control? Can I own her, basically? And I'm sure that there were. I mean, basically, you didn't have to file that paper in 1920s, because in the 1920s this was called marriage. But we are not in the 1920s, and we are in 2023, where we have an experiment going on in society. What happens when you let these females do whatever the
You're
fuck
not helping
they
yourself,
want?
JF.
What happens is that they sometimes make bad decisions.
Is he wrong?
He's making up excuses is what he's doing.
I just asked if he was wrong. Can you control somebody who wants to make decisions for themselves, even if they're bad ones?
Yes, you can.
No, you fucking can't. Not at all.
Yes.
No, you
Yes.
can't.
You can't suicide. It's illegal.
They made rules against it, or laws against it is different. You still can, but they made rules against it.
You can't get a tattoo at 15.
And what that has nothing to do with your ability to do whatever the fuck you want, whenever the fuck you want it, even if it's dangerous for yourself to a certain degree. His responsibility in her wanting to do that. What is his responsibility in her wanting to do whatever the fuck she wants?
He knows she's retarded.
Okay.
Would you let a special needs person go camping on their own? I'm going to travel across the country on my own.
I wouldn't kidnap them to make them not do it.
Would you drop them off at a gas station mile?
Yep.
Like,
Bye, bitch. Have fun. This is what you want to do. Enjoy your bad decisions. What are you supposed to do? Be responsible for someone acting like a child forever? They're not even married as far as we can tell.
Not drop them off at a gas station. That's what you do. You say, if you want to walk out the door on your own, fine. But I'm not going to go drop you off and contribute to your insanity.
Okay.
So she could get her own car.
In June, she left, and
what happened there?
And 2 days after leaving, so she left, and she had a
Choose
whole
your words
plan.
wisely.
She had bought camping material. She was on her way to some sort of survivalist trip. From what I understood,
What?
it looked
No,
like she was
what?
preparing for life in the wild.
No.
She
Dad.
promised me when she left
This doesn't sound good.
that she would always be reachable, and that I would be able to reach her to deal with
You took
all
her
of
out
the
to the middle of
official
the woods?
papers. You know that she owns a
I
lot of
hope Ethan
stuff,
gets
and
sober.
Stop
sometimes I
talking.
need her signature. And I was like, and although, you know, we do have legal remedies for this, I was like, if you totally disappear, you might put me in trouble on some bills, and
JF,
some,
no!
you know, getting utilities and
No,
everything.
JF.
So she promised to me that she wouldn't fully disappear.
Think that's a little weird to say?
You should have recorded
and,
that.
Hey,
she went
spouse
away.
of mine.
And 2 days
Say it again.
Don't you think that's a little weird that you promised your spouse that you're going to disappear? Like, I'm going off the grid.
No, she promised you wouldn't this time.
Yeah.
This is obviously their dynamic and their relationship that they can have a whole ass conversation about. Just don't fucking forever disappear. I see he's talking. I don't see the problem with him talking about it. Well, the problem is because now there's more information. And if he's lying, then
Yeah.
that's a big problem.
These
But
things,
like,
yeah, these little statements individually are fine, but when you put them all together, you're starting to build the brick house.
is Quebec on Eastern time?
Yes.
So 7 Eastern time is 7 in Quebec as well.
Yeah.
Days later, she talked to me on the phone and
Do you have any
sent
record
a
of that?
message. But
You
by
had
the
her
way,
phone.
everything
Oh
I
my
tell
God.
you is things I have told to the police.
This is
so
terrible.
Again, everything he's saying it to us, he's also said to the police. He's messaged her and she called him, and then there was no contact after the second day because no more phone. They have access to her phones and her bank, so
he can't call. He can't just
Listen-
have her phone after he killed her and just call himself.
he could.
That's why like you got a record of this. Like
It's, I mean, you think he just, that doesn't make sense.
what doesn't?
He messaged himself and was like, to say he
Yeah,
was getting
she's
rid of
dead.
her.
Yeah, she's dead, and he's pretending to carry on like she's alive. Like, oh, I'll talk to you tomorrow. Yeah, all right, good night. Next day, all right, have fun. Oh, you're getting rid of all your ID. Okay, have fun. Bye bye. Meanwhile, she's been dead for 3 days.
Yeah.
Remember, he planned this all out. He did the whole thing with Dick Masterson. If I did it, I would have done this, 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 and this. The OJ Simpson shit. If I did it.
And that's,
Laughing and joking about it.
to me, that seems like something an innocent person would do. I get it that
Your
since
wife, your mother of your kids and wife is missing. And there's a police
you are
search
looking
warrant?
at it like because she disappeared. Listen, imagine they're sitting there. She disappears a
But
lot. This bitch goes away and she's going to do it again. What are you supposed to do?
That he's laughing and
Not joke
joking
about
about it? Not joke about murdering her. That's what you're supposed to do. Not joke about murdering the mother.
While
of
people
your
on the whole
children.
ass internet are joking about you murdering her.
Not joke about it. No, I would not.
Well, maybe that's because maybe you're not as autistic as you seem.
I would be out driving around looking for her, probably.
What, well, that's not the dynamic here. So you're putting too much of yourself in this. He dropped her off because she wanted to go. He believes in the freedom for her to be
That's
in
what
it.
you think. That's what he told you.
Yeah. That's what we've got to go on. So assuming that that's true, why would you also go look for her after that?
Because she wasn't going to go away forever. She's saying that after she was already out doing her thing, that she then messaged him saying, oh, by the way, now I'm going to go off the grid now that you're far enough away with an electronic track of me for you to go away.
Doesn't that make sense? If you listen to the other two, well, if you were to read the affidavits that they put in on their relationship with him, they said that as soon as they got together, he was controlling, he was verbally abusive, mentally, whatever. These are all just allegations that other women. So first time she leaves, who knows what happens? She's not prepared. So she comes back after 2 weeks. The second time she's like, I need to get out of here for who knows what reason. Maybe she feels in danger. And so she's like, I promise I'm not going to go off the grid. And within 2 days, she's like, I'm out. Click, throw away the phone because she's finally free of this controlling person. Like you were saying, no friends, no this, isolation, blah, blah, blah. Could that be a thing?
Wouldn't you miss that person at like a little bit?
Who's the one that's going to be missed?
Yeah. Wouldn't he miss her just a tiny bit?
He miss her?
Yeah. Because he obviously took her back, so he loved her. The mother of his kids. So he obviously took her back, wanted to make it work. Shouldn't he be like a little like sad or miss her a bit? Just a little bit?
I don't know.
Even if he's like, fuck that bitch, she left me, you'd still feel sad about it a little bit. Your dog runs away, you feel a little bit sad.
Yeah, but
Whether your
dog
child's a little
doesn't
more
have the
emotional
type
than
of
a
understanding.
dog.
Like the woman is like, that's different. I feel like I don't think we should disregard what it looks like their dynamic is because it's been public. Their relationship, her leaving, her coming and going, her obviously being delusional.
I agree, but don't you think he should be a little sad or something? Just a
No,
bit?
why? I mean, sure, maybe he's sad on his personal time, but that's not what he needs to show the world. Why I don't understand why he needs to be outwardly sad. You know, Amber Heard cried her face off. She was sad, and she was also lying and stupid
'Cause
and a
she was a
whore.
psychopath too.
So what? Crying doesn't make you have feelings, is what I'm saying. If he doesn't
Not
have them, why
crying
say
means you
them?
don't not crying means you don't have any,
Not
though.
crying in public has nothing to do about the way you feel. Especially as a man.
Mother your no, can't do it. Mother your kids is gone, walkabout, you'd feel bad a little bit. You'd feel emasculated if nothing, because your
What?
wife left you.
No. Bitch has been leaving him for a while.
He just has no affect. That's what's so
Be
psycho strange.
Well, he might just be you know, being on the spectrum, that might just be part of it. I don't know.
And then redoing the drywall to get the woman out of the house. That was really icing on the cake.
Yeah. He
And
says
he was
that in the other
ecstatic that the fridge was all her food was out of the fridge. That was his most happy moment. I could open the fridge and her vegetables were gone. There was space. I had lots of space in my fridge. She
Yeah,
was
but those are
cleansed.
thoughts of someone whose girlfriend finally left, not because I just killed her, right? Like, those are if she's been a
Mother of your
fucking pain in
child,
your
not
ass, mother of
girlfriend.
your
Not
child
this isn't
doesn't
a
matter.
girlfriend,
She's a
Matt. This
pain
is
in
the
the ass,
mother of
and
your
she's a
child.
pain in the ass, and she could fucking go. She can get her shit out of the fridge, and she could pick up her fucking dirty ass chonies, and she could fucking step.
But she's only been gone 3 days. You don't know she's not coming back on the
Who
4th.
told you 3 days?
He did.
He said that? He's gonna say that here?
Somewhere he says in the first 3 days, whatever it was, 2 days she was gone. The 3rd day is when he started doing all the drywall because he didn't give a buck. Like, what if she's coming back like in 7 days? It was just a
Okay,
1
hold
week
on.
trip.
What if they had drywall that needed to be done, right? They have, like, projects because we're just gonna assume they're regular people who have projects that need to get done on their list, and she finally left, and he's kinda tripping, like, "You know what? In order to not think about this bitch, she'll probably come back in 2 weeks. I'm just gonna focus and do me and not worry about her, let her live her life because whatever, do you. So I'm gonna do my projects, finish up my projects so that I can actually just spend time, like, waste time." And so he busts out his shit to keep his head down, to keep his mind occupied while hopefully the girlfriend comes back. She doesn't come back. Moving on.
But his project was to remove the essence of woman from his house.
I didn't hear him say that yet, so.
Oh, yeah, he's gonna. I don't know if it's in this video, but that's his reasoning for doing the drywall is to remove the essence. It's an evil that sits in the house. You need to remove it all.
Does he say that?
Yes.
I'm gonna be so angry if I watch another one of these interviews and he doesn't even come close to saying what you're saying.
Find whatever one I don't know if it's this one. This is your video. But he says.
No, this is when he first addressed it. I think you're talking about the one with that other guy. Couldn't you find it?
I can try, yeah. He specifically says he removes the drywall to remove the womanly essence from my home. I need to cleanse her, sanitize the home of the female aura. Like,
that's a real thing.
She's been gone a couple days. She could be back on the 4th day, though. You're doing drywall on the 3rd day?
Maybe he's not going to take her back this time. Maybe like the first time is you.
She's welcome to because even now she's still welcome to come home. If she wants to come home, the door is always here. I am totally acceptable to her walking back into the life.
The only way to get rid of
according to him,
was to remove it and burn it. When she left, he started drywalling the next day. Work is what men throw themselves into when grieving. I'm reading chat. Don't quote me on that, Nova. You need a shirt that says that.
Yeah.
Grieving. When Reddit threads form your entire argument, one calls themselves Nova.
I don't have Reddit or read Reddit. Everything I go off of is something I saw or heard him say or in one of these interviews.
What the fuck is experienced? Home improvement is signs of guilt or foul play. What? Going to need to lawyer up to do a home project.
Only if your spouse goes missing.
I'm telling you, like, there needs to be a manual for how to behave appropriately when your spouse decides to go for an extended walk.
Don't say you're sanitizing your home of the female essence. It's probably one phrase not to say.
Yeah, but that's his vernacular. The way he speaks, that is in line with that. So that's not. It's like if you were doing a body language analysis, that's baseline.
Because he talks like a serial killer. He says
Because
this
he has
himself.
opinions that you don't agree with doesn't make him a serial
No,
killer.
he says himself, I've always talked like a serial killer.
His aspect might be like a serial killer. That doesn't mean his thoughts align with serial killers.
No, he says he always talked like one.
Yeah, speak like one. Talk like one, meaning his cadence in speech.
At some point, you have to accept that the duck is a duck.
What the duck? Find me that link because I don't accept.
It's not. There's no secret coming out that you guys are hearing. It might be secret from a public perspective, but it's all things that the feds have been knowing for a couple of days. So the
Dude, you're
last
about to get
message that
indicted.
she sends me in June, 2 days after leaving, and it had been apparent. I think I may have been in contact for a couple of times during these 2 days.
What?
So I was sure that she was progressing through whatever trip she wanted to do. I knew that she was still alive. But 2 days after leaving, she says, I have changed my plans. I will not hold my promise toward you. I will not be reachable.
Oh,
And it's
see,
like,
that's what I was saying.
okay,
Like when she finally gets away from him, she's like, okay, now that he's let me go, maybe she fears for her life. I'm gonna like break contact.
And that's where everyone else thinks he's just texting himself to give himself an alibi while she's already dead for 2 days.
Maybe.
she says, I have a new plan. And
I need a cigarette.
I'm like, does your new plan involve any sort of attack against me or
He's
the
a fucking
family?
retard.
JF, stop!
Because you guys know how important that is to me.
Isn't it so ironic that Ralph is trying to get someone to stop?
Right?
Boy.
That's how bad it is.
Not how bad it is. This is how stupid fucking Ralph is that he's like, oh, I'm going to help this guy. You can't even help yourself. This guy has been following your playbook.
Ralph's
He
sober.
refused to get a
Ralph's not
divorce.
drinking anymore. He's on the mend.
My ass.
Him and Farron are on the same wagon.
They're on a derailed train. I hear you.
She says, you don't have to be worried. My new plan does not involve you. I'm just going to
This is one of the craziest things.
change
This may be
cell
the craziest thing.
Now,
I've ever
I
seen
knew
in my
that she had left without any sort of electronic tracking. You know how the police can track you with your credit card, with your debit card.
Yeah,
She had
they
left
can.
with nothing but her phone. So when she said that to me through text,
True.
I concluded, okay, she's going off grid. You know, she's
Yes,
going
he is
full
giving a motive,
survivalism.
Jungle. That's what I'm saying. Stop talking.
No.
Kind of.
His motive, this isn't his motive. His motive is the fact that the other chick was going to take his kids or did take his kid. So maybe when this chick went to leave, he was like, you ain't going to.
I don't think he wants to take care. I don't think he wants to raise the kids. I think he just wants to make kids.
No. He wants to. That is his shtick. He wants to raise the kids. That is his 100% goal and want. His stay-at-home dad to raise them and like it's part of his little. I don't know if you want to call it a manifesto,
yes, I remember that.
but it's probably written down
earlier today. Yes, no, makes sense.
Yeah, he definitely wants to be the caregiver and the provider and the whatever.
The groomer.
Oh no.
The cult leader. The Church of JF.
He just sees like the values are one way and he wants to see. I don't know. I don't know. What are you thinking?
In her fashion.
The police are watching this right now, I guarantee.
So changing her phone to me, it meant I'm dropping potentially my own identity behind. I'm potentially disappearing in nature. I'm potentially, I mean, she could be anywhere from there. And that's what I was explaining to the police. You know, Mama JF, you remember the story she told on her video on YouTube where she talked about crossing the border in Spain and in the enclaves of Spain and North Africa.
You can't do
Mama
that.
JF is a fucking extreme, like 007 level of like
crazy
fugitive.
X the doubt.
But why? He's giving you examples of other times she's been on her own in the wilderness.
Believe him. You're believing a psychopath. You think that retarded woman was going through borders in the Swiss Alps and mountaineering and crossing borders like 007? But after 9/11? No.
Yeah.
You can't even get on we couldn't even leave Canada without a passport.
I don't think she's as retarded as you. Is that what you're asking?
think
You couldn't get out of Canada. I think she's fine.
You're believing JF's lies.
I do believe I'm definitely deciding to believe what he's saying instead of what you're doing,
Why?
but that's
Why
fine.
believe him?
Why
over
I haven't there are
nationality?
things he said that are contradictory, but I just choosing to believe him so far because there's no other besides my imagination, which could do a billion things. That's all I have.
So you would rather believe that retarded woman is crossing the Alps and
Yes,
secretly
then she's
crossing
dead
border
somewhere.
checkpoints,
Yeah. Yeah.
and there's no video of it anywhere?
Well, I don't know about that. See, that's the thing. I wonder.
She doesn't have a channel of her like traveling, across the Swiss Alps and crossing borders.
Well,
and
she
going
has
to
no
little
electronics with
cafes.
her, according to him.
She's a
Right?
terrorist.
Maybe. I don't know. She could be a terrorist. A terrorism. She could have just secretly found another boyfriend on the internet and is like, could you just pick me up at the gas station?
That could be.
And as soon as she tested out the D, she was like 2 days later, new number. Who dis?
But wouldn't the RCMP be like, we're not going to put a missing persons out for that now?
Well, the neighbor reported her as missing. They talked to the guy. He's like, yeah, I haven't seen her in 4 months. So they're like, oh, I guess she's kind of missing.
But if you
anyone
see
has seen
yourself on the
her,
news, wouldn't you call up like, hey, cops, I'm good. I'm not missing. Thanks. Bye. So you can take that missing person down so the people aren't searching for me.
that part. Ajabo then said JF committed the perfect crime.
He thinks he did.
Dun, dun, dun. Nova, you have no proof.
I have no
Was
proof.
she
other than
posting
what he
videos before she got married? I
Show
don't
me
know that they're
videos she
married.
posted. I don't know of her having a channel.
That's why it would be weird if she just started posting videos of her new adventure, don't you think?
Well, no, if you're an adventurer, wouldn't you be proud of your border crossing and Alps climbing? And
She has stories of being out there doing shit. That doesn't make her an adventurer.
Where? Show me one story that she has.
Okay, hold on, let me.
That she has, not
Mental-
JF.
YouTube, where she talked
This is
about crossing
fucking
the
insane.
Not
border
her,
in
not
Spain
JF,
and in the
not from
enclaves of
JF.
Spain.
He's disappeared her. You're gonna have to
Hearsay.
just listen to his
Hearsay, Your
version of her
Honor.
story.
Objection, hearsay.
Overruled.
In North Africa.
You can't do
Mama
that.
Jeff is a fucking extreme, like
damn it, Your Honor.
007 level of like
Crazy.
fugitive mentality.
She has 007 level fugitive mentality.
Right.
That's
But
how they
doesn't have
say it in
007 money
Quebec. 007.
in his mind.
Goddamn French. I wouldn't be surprised if the neighbor isn't in on it. I think JF is trolling his trolls. I don't like JF, but something there doesn't add up. He's definitely something's happening.
He would get it'd be a Jesse Smollett thing, right? He'd be getting big fines and filing false police, or somebody would. No, 'cause he didn't file it. So that's a good point.
If she's outside of tech, she wouldn't know if they are looking for her. That's what Congo said. That's true. Wouldn't, if you were a social media influencer, not use this to your advantage if you knew you're in the clear? Exactly. That's what I'm saying. I feel like he knows he's in the clear, so he's saying all of the things. Or so it's either that he knows he's in the clear and he should just stop making jokes, as people like us are going to be like, oh, fifis. Or he's so crazy that he's doing the other thing.
Crazy. Yeah. Crazy.
It's fascinating if he's crazy.
The police aren't knocking on
it's
his door.
fascinating either way.
The police aren't knocking on his door every day because they've,
They're not knocking on his door every day. You exaggerate that.
He said that.
He said that it's been 2 days since that she's been reported missing when he's making this, and that he's spoken to them in those 2 days.
No, on the Crucible interview, he says the police knock on his door every day and it's annoying. It's to the point of harassment.
Okay, well, maybe. We haven't seen that one yet. Did you find the link?
Oh, I was high. I wasn't looking.
Because he got high.
And I was kind of telling that to the police jokingly, half jokingly, but it's like she's a professional fugitive who doesn't commit crimes. So it's like, she's gonna be hiding from you as hard as she can, while also not having anything to reproach to herself. But that's just how she is. So I mean, she and so from there, I'm like, I'm gonna drop myself behind. I'm going to disappear. You're not going to be able to reach me. So that is what I've been knowing since June. And of course, you're faced with the big, should I call the police? This is a willing woman, a willing adult woman doing her willing stuff. So I've not called the police because, in my view, there was no evidence of criminality. There was no evidence
there is
of
now.
distress. It looked like.
Is it abandoning your, like that girl said, is it abandoning your child? Is that a crime?
I doubt is that a crime? They're not abandoned. Their dad is right fucking there. Abandoning means like, bye, you're by yourself. Good luck finding food. But let me ask you about this though. So now that the police have an investigation, if he does say in that other interview that you're going to hopefully find that she's able to go into the banks and stuff, he's answering a lot of questions about this, not having the phone, being able to access money. I think he might even say that, or he's real vague. Maybe he doesn't say that he's contacted her. But since the police know about this now, is it obstruction to not say or tell them if he has had contact with her or no?
I would say that is obstruction. And I think that's why the police don't believe a word out of his mouth. And that's why they went for the Missing Persons Act on him. So they could get all the information without even asking him questions. Because they want to know the answers before they ask.
When you say go for the Missing Persons Act on him, that feels like
it's a way to get around asking for warrants and stupid stuff.
What's brand new, right? It says September 9th is when that started. So it's 5 weeks in implementation. So they might be trying out their new Missing Person Act on this missing person, regardless if they believe dude or not.
Yeah, and he's known to police. This isn't like the first time the police have ever heard of his name.
Usually domestic shelters want to have a name of the ex too. Have the law enforcement gone to shelters? You would think that that's part of it, since.
Yeah, if she checked into a shelter, the police would know that she's not missing.
To me, someone who has decided to.
And again, I don't know if he did it or not, but this is not good.
Will I report someone for being survivalist? I mean, this reminds me of the Facebook post. You know, as one of your loved ones gone to survivalism, as one of your loved one bought too much camping material.
He thinks he's too smart.
That is literally one of the Facebook posts. But I don't want to be in the society where buying camping material gets you reported to the feds. And
that should be a red flag for you.
I know it should. That scares me. But it's true. I
am bound to Mama JF's interest because
Shovel,
I've
bleach,
loved her and I
rope.
still love her and I still consider I consider myself allied to her forever. Forever, no matter what she does, even if she goes out there getting other boyfriends. I consider myself tied to her forever.
I own her.
So at this point, I'm in front of this information.
Yeah.
And I've decided that this was not warranting a call to the police in June. And I've spoken to her family, and they thought similarly, you know, this is Mama JF.
Show me where
she is an out there woman, and it's not the first time she does this. In the absence of any evidence of harm or that she's doing something evil to someone else, there's no reason to call the police. And in fact, we even had someone in the family.
I'm stunned.
Talked loosely to a federal investigator who was friends with us and just asking, you know, what is this? Is this a disappearance or is this just a woman? Just a woman doing whatever she wants. And the investigator had actually, I mean, from what I heard, this is not an interaction that I had myself,
JF.
but someone who was worried
Shut
in
up,
the
Ralph.
family spoke to an investigator and said, look, those are the facts. It's a woman. She leaves like this. She wanted
The
to
fact
leave.
is she's a woman.
She gets herself equipped with camping material and all. Is this a disappearance? Is this something we should signal?
Go ahead.
And the investigator had said, well, no, this looks like a consensual trip.
Copies of JF's book.
So I was
Time to
reassured
stockpile
that not
before the
only was
next
my
looks murder dog.
judgment converging toward the
Do you
fact
have
that
one?
Mama
Fuck,
Jeff
I
does
wish I
not
had
need
one now.
help and that she's a free woman. She can decide to do this.
Thank
And
you,
also
Tommy.
there was these social signals reinforcing that I wasn't the only one thinking this. Other people were thinking this also.
Yeah, it's bad. This is a
So that
public
was the
statement.
state
If
in
there's any
June and
discrepancies
July,
here.
but then the months pass and now we're in October. When is it that worries are justified? And so there
When are you
was
going to accept
a
that she's
building
gone?
up of stress in the people who love her. And my position has always been to all of these people, to any friend of Mama JF and to any person involved. My position has been,
Why won't he
I
say her
saw
name?
her go. I saw her wanting to go.
He's saying her name. Didn't he just say
Mama
Mama
JF.
J? That's what
Yeah,
her name is
that's
on the
not her
internet.
name.
Please.
It's in the news.
It'd be retarded if he started calling her the name we don't understand. Mama JF is completely acceptable here. That's her internet name.
But if she's missing, you would, I don't know. I'd want her
She's
name out
Mama
there.
JF to everybody.
Only
That's
the
an-
YouTubers, to the people out in the street
Who
that
the
might
fuck do you think
identify
she's
her.
talking to right now? YouTubers. The social. That's what this is for. He's talking to goddamn Ethan Ralph.
I would use her name if she was missing. If it was me.
He's using her name. Mama JF is her name. That's
Her
what they
real
call
name.
her.
Her real name.
Her real
If she
name to us is that.
I would. I'm not saying he should. I would.
Okay.
And so I don't need to call the police. But if you feel that it warrants a call to the police, I respect you and you go ahead and call them. And I will not say who ended up calling, but someone ended up noticing that somehow Mama JF was missing and maybe knew about me. I don't know. I don't know exactly how
Knew what about
it
you?
all happened, but someone ended up noticing, hey, there's this girl and her loved ones don't know where she is. And so they made a call to the police, and this launched a whole investigation that I've been involved in for, I don't know, maybe 4 days, 5 days, I don't know. But the feds are coming regularly at my house.
There it is.
They are waking me in the morning.
What the fuck?
I sleep late, and all of
Ethan.
He's retarded. Never mind the Ralphie guy on the side. He sleeps late, so it's not like they're coming early in the morning to wake him up. They've known about this for 5 days, and they're coming back with questions. Does that seem unreasonable?
Yeah, you said she just went on a walkabout, and you guys should just let it be. So if the cops are showing up every day,
She just got reported missing 5 days ago, so they're just showing up.
To what?
Ask questions.
What are they going to ask him? He's doing fucking live broadcasts. They don't even have to leave the house. They could just fucking super chat and get the questions. He's doing the rounds almost daily talking about this stuff.
Well, we can barely find 2 interviews.
2? There's all kinds out there. There's Dick. There's the Laura girl. There's
that Laura
the
girl was trash. That doesn't count. He doesn't answer any questions. The Crucible I haven't seen yet, so we're just
okay.
Gonna say
Well, don't say there aren't. Don't say there aren't.
Where
interviews.
Are they?
I just told you 4.
Where are they?
I just told you 4 of them.
This one that we're watching.
I didn't even mention that one. The Laura one. The girl
Laura one. That doesn't count as an interview because he ends up leaving because she doesn't end up asking any questions that he's willing to answer. Does that count to you?
Was it an interview or was it not? Thank you.
I'll go with not.
Then there was the Dick Masterson one.
Didn't see it. I didn't know that happened. Dick Masterson, Crucible, and the girl.
And well, now Ethan Ralph.
3. This isn't an interview. He's stream sniping.
And there's more. I know there's more. I will find them. There's got to be more.
it's just ignorant to say they don't need to show up. They could super chat. They could go at 7 p.m. and ask him his questions on his live stream.
The cops wouldn't show up to your house ever. They wouldn't drive over to your house personally. They would call you on the phone to give you updates or ask. Like they're trying to put the pressure on him by showing up at his door.
But that's how it is in Canada. They're fucked. Do you remember when they were arresting priests
Yes.
and that was a problem, showing up because they're fucked? He does
Yes.
wrong think. He does the things people he's
He
exactly
does
what
murder
Trudeau would
think.
want to wipe off
No,
the
he
map
does
because
murder
he doesn't
think.
he does wrong think.
Murder think.
What's his murder think?
His wife's missing.
That ain't murder,
This
that's
whole
missing.
chat, this whole show.
There's no evidence to that.
If she comes back, I will eat vegetables for a week.
Do you not eat vegetables? Is that your problem?
No, the animals eats the vegetables. I eat the animals. Circle of life. Haven't you seen The Lion King?
For fuck's sake. His whole life is movies, y'all. Like, it won't stop.
Hakuna Matata.
Just read Metacor's posts on it. Uh-oh.
Yeah, Metacore did a thing on him. That's got to tell you something.
I guess.
Metacore does his homework. Unlike myself.
But he does. I mean, he's okay. Do you want me to look up Metacore's thing? I don't even know where to find. Is it like on Twitter?
I have no idea.
Okay. I think I know how to spell Metacore's name still. Metacore. Looks right. And this guy is Jean-Francois, something with a G.
You have to do the French accent when you say it.
Mr. Metacore. Metoker. How did I do it? Oh, I did it. I spelled it right.
Hey. Jim Daddy.
That's not what we call him.
Some
I
people
don't
do.
see where can I find him? Oh.
I think there was a video of a cop had a Mr. Metacore hat on in the background. It was just random. Someone spotted the Metacore hat on a cop. It was just like in the passing of a video. They like saw a security guard or cop, somebody who had a vest on and stuff, had a Mr. Metacore, like the star hat.
JFG theory. What do I write? How do I find this?
I can't see.
Well, there's nothing to see. I can't figure out. I'm looking to find out how would I find Metacore and what he has said about this. Just read Metacore's post. Oh, post. P-A. I don't know what that is. Let's see. P-O-A-S-T.
It might be Twitter post.
Y'all are weird. This. I don't know.
Jim's
I don't know how to find this. Post is a Mastodon.
Who the fuck is on Mastodon? Don't go to Mastodon. Whatever you do. Virus. Abort. Don't go to Mastodon.
Thank you. You just saved the day. Okay. Let's see. Is there a search? Will this search his posts? Oh no, I don't want to.
Yeah, just try JF.
Here?
Yeah. Nope.
Okay, that would be bad. Yes, I'm running against.
Tank Year is running for president.
What's the platform? Fucking horses?
Have you seen that?
Yes. That's
like if you have that video in your background, you should never run for public office.
Divinity is an internet boomer and Nova is a Karen. Yeah, that's
I am not. There's this fucking. I'm gonna do the sterilization.
Okay, hold on.
Dexter thing.
So let's go. He should. Is it? You following the JF story? Just saw a bunch of posts about it, reading up on it now. Wonder if this is going to end up on one of those true crime channels I watch on YouTube.
That might be all he said. Who knows?
No.
I would, drive it up to the country and just like, open the door and let us say, you're free now, like run free.
Yeah, that's what happened.
Okay.
I would, drive it up to the country and just like, open the door and let us say, you're free now, like run free.
That's not it. True Crime Tube just sitting in the wing, salivating at all as all this unfolds in real time. Getty Epi. Yeah, I have to say it. I have to see it. All right. Well, I can't sign. I'm not going to sign into this. The police in Canada is looking for Mama JF because in true Mama JF fashion, she has left our home in June and has disappeared from the map.
True fashion.
Yeah.
She did it once before.
That's enough.
How many times is a pattern?
I mean, twice. I think they probably did say much. I didn't make an account, so I probably could have went into those comments and read them.
Yeah.
It seems like there's no more information. You have there's no more information except what you have. And so then there's a court of public opinion who's going to decide based on how they felt about him before, how they feel about him during this. So if you didn't have an opinion, like I didn't have an opinion about him, it's like, well, he seems...
I bet a scratch ticket that JF reappears to talk about it some more within the next 7 days.
I think you're probably right.
Because he loves the attention.
I mean, he's a social media person. Why would you not?
No, I think he personally loves just the attention, not social media attention. I think he's a narcissist.
Yeah. Okay, so why would you, if that's true, why would you not talk about it?
Being labeled a murderer probably isn't something you want to bring attention to.
Fuck off. If everyone was saying I murdered somebody, I not saying anything seems to be worse. It's so dumb. You can't win. You literally can't win no matter what.
That's the internet.
The internet is retarded.
I don't know. I think if JF didn't do all of his little interviews, he would have been better off. I think he made it way worse for himself. If I was his lazy boy lawyer, I would tell him to stop doing interviews about that topic.
I wouldn't. I would say specifically go talk to Divinova. I got questions.
We could avoid the kid talk if he came on. I have many more questions.
Yeah, there's really nothing you need to ask about the kid. It is a curiosity how many they maybe have, but let me ask you this. So if they have one child together and she left one child behind, is that different, bad, or worse? How do you feel? Or versus if she left 2 or 3 children behind, how does that sit with you? Like, which one would make
2 apples are more than 1 apple?
No.
So I'd say it's worse.
To leave more children?
Yeah.
So if they had one kid together and she took off, you'd be like, okay, 1 kid. But if you left multiple kids,
no, 1. I'd still say 1. It's still bad. 2 is just worse.
Yeah, right. That's the question.
Yeah,
yeah. For some reason, I feel the same way.
Like being murdered. It's like getting murdered, getting shot in the forehead, or getting beat to death with a bat. Still murder, but I'd rather, one's worse than the other.
Yeah, I for some reason think leaving 1 seems like it makes sense. But what? Okay, let's just say the first one is 5. We're guessing at that age.
1 could be like a panic attack, runaway thing.
Well,
but 2, you already know what you're expecting. So, like, why would it be so?
But if she's as mentally retarded as you say, why do you think she's having all these, like, normal thoughts, you know? If she's as mentally retarded as
What's
she's
normal? What normal thought?
like, "I don't wanna leave my kids. I can't camp. I don't know what I'm doing." Any of those?
If she's that retarded, though, don't you think he should have some
No,
responsibility
you're
to
the
look
one
out
that's saying
for?
she's that retarded, so I'm saying if she is, why would she have any of the thoughts, like, to care
Well, because
about
he
this
could
other
plant any idea in her mind, right? Remember last time she ran away, she said that, "I thought you wanted me to leave," and he said, "No," but that's what she thought, so maybe he, like, gave her the cold shoulder or said, "My life would be better without you here," and she's like, "Okay, I'll leave." And then she couldn't find enough nuts and berries, so she came back.
Hmm.
So maybe he's one that, like, I think she's easily manipulated. Because he talked her there from a YouTube video into having babies real quick.
He really, really, really wanted to have babies more importantly than anything.
Regardless
Who's
of who, I don't think it mattered who she was. I think any woman that he could have got into his house to impregnate, he was happy with. She just happened to be dumber than the average.
Well, he's been married 3 times, and he has a child with somebody else, and I mean,
I
not
think
like
that's
he's
just sick.
part
Like
of
he
it.
tells these women that you're going to be the mother of much forever and ever. We're going to have the perfect family. So as soon as they're pregnant, then he's like, "Damn, now I don't need her anymore. She's done. I planted my seeds in this field. It's on to the next field."
That doesn't sound I don't there's no evidence for that. I mean, he
He had
refused
3
to let the
marriages.
other chick leave. The only evidence is actually the opposite of that on the record, because that's
No,
in the
because he
North.
also said that he wants to take revenge on these women who did him wrong.
I didn't hear that, so I don't know. He said he wants to take revenge on them? In what
Yes.
way?
That just women, just against women in general, that he was always, used or mistreated by women. So now it's his time to get revenge and treat them like the pieces of shit that they really are. The lot lizards.
Yeah, there's so many like, imagine he's been, like, fucked over by every single woman he's ever met. Should he have some
Right.
kind of respect for them?
No, that's what that could be his motive, right? Like if he said that on a video that, fuck these bitches. They all treat him like, if I'm a prosecutor, I'm going to find that video and bring it up for sure in his trial.
Well, there are no charges, but if you had, I mean, he's also said he loves her and will always have a commitment to her and all of that, so
So how can you love her and say she's welcome back in my home any day she wants to come home, but have no sadness that she's gone?
public sadness.
Sure. But still, no affect, I think.
Easily.
You think?
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
She wants to go, like, especially when you're in a
You think
relationship for a
but
long
you're
time,
believing
that's
what
the
he's
thing.
saying. You haven't
Huh?
heard her say she wanted to go. You heard him say that.
No, but
There's
there
no video of
seems
her
to be
saying, "I
video
want to
evidence
go."
of her actually leaving and coming back, so that counts for something after weeks.
But now everything that you believe is what JF told you that he wants you to believe.
Well, there's somebody in chat here called
He's a
Congo
French
Red
magician. You
Jr.
can't
who
trust the
said
French.
he remembers her leaving for 2 weeks, so he
You're an
was part of
American.
the
Don't trust the
audience.
French. Don't fall for it
We
again.
don't trust you guys, it's just a bunch of surrender, we get it. What somebody in our chat today says they remember that video from at the time, so there's somebody who's not JF saying that happened. That sounds
Right.
like something that happened. It sounds like it was public and an audience can vouch for it, so
Right. That's why I said I don't remember her leaving before, and that's when what's his name popped up.
okay, so that could we assume that that's true, that she did leave?
I would lean towards more true because I don't remember it not happening, and if they say they do, then I'd lean more towards their. Yeah, see, he's pretty sure of himself. I'm going to lean because I don't know.
At least once she left. Is Montreal
It's
like
guaranteed it's documented because Warski Live was like recopied and rebroadcast all over YouTube.
2018, 2019 ish? So that would be basically after they had their first or the one child that was announced. So her hormones could have been fucked, and she might have been just
postpartum thing. Yeah.
outie.
Hey, better she left than killed him.
Exactly. That's probably what he was thinking. So they've been in a relationship for 5 years, something like that, or more, 5-ish years. And so, maybe he's not sad that she left. All those dirty French-speaking weirdos and those in their little square right in the middle, kind of like Utah for America. Is Montreal like Palestine of Canada?
It's getting there.
I remember Molyneux, Vox Day, Owen were all still on YouTube. Oh, they were all still on YouTube when the first time she disappeared?
There was no one watching YouTube. There was no censors. There wasn't even a report button back in the good days. And then everyone got their feelings involved, and here we are today. On Rumble.
Condemning somebody because they didn't cry enough when his ex-chick that disappears went missing.
It's called entertainment.
I'm not entertained. I'm glad that it's
whether she's dead or if she's alive. If she's alive, it's one of the greatest YouTube hoaxes ever pulled off.
Mm-hmm.
And if not, she's dead, and he should be fucking made sure he can't travel. Oh, he also talked about like he could go to Russia or something, and maybe he might go to Russia.
Hold on. Cool. I just realized Sean said all those right in the middle, kind of like Utah for America. Sean says, Sean, Utah's not in the center. Come on. And I just realized that he's right. It is not in the center.
I'm Canadian. Let me guess. Is Utah up northwest?
Yeah.
Or
Let me show you a map.
Underneath BC and adjacent to California. I'm guessing. I have no clue.
I don't know BC. I don't know what you're saying with that, but everything is under BC. That's just a simple way to guess.
Alberta's more east.
I don't know. Southwest. Southwest is what A Job Well Done says. It's like.
So I would go down from I'm guessing I go down from Alberta and then over towards California a little bit. Bring up a map of North America, see if I'm right.
Okay.
My sole education from America is from TV.
We know. Oh, my Lance, I need a better map. Okay. Share this instead. Here's California. Whoa, what have I done? There's California here. Here's Utah
perfect.
here.
I was pretty good, man. Go straight up. You got Alberta and then over to the left. Yep. I was damn on.
This is Alberta.
That's Alberta there. So it comes straight down and then over towards California.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I said.
So the middle is like Kansas, Sean.
That's the Bible. I think that is the Bible Belt. The Rust Belt. The Nickel Belt.
Pick one. And she went missing where?
American geography by a Canadian.
No one did that. Where? Well, Sean is kind of over there by you. It must be something about the weather.
Isn't he American?
Yeah, but he's like in the East Coast.
Yeah, but you should still know your own country's geography more than I do.
I mean,
I'm an idiot.
Someone clip that. I'm an idiot. Okay. We can be done with that.
Okay, get a little geography lesson, chat.
Or something. Please follow. Hey, yeah, please follow.
Yes.
We can pretty much take off. It's been 2.5 hours. The other thing I was curious about, maybe you know the answer to this. Do you know how mercury rises to the top of the thermometer when it heats up?
Ooh, tough question. I guess the molecules spread apart and then are more buoyant as they warm up.
I have no idea. But I have these little glass jars of mercury, and I was wondering if I set them outside, they will start to float.
The float where? Like in
You
what?
know,
Show me. What
up.
do you mean? Because there used to be these cool thermometers that had glass balls inside of a glass cylinder, and they would
Oh,
float up
that's
and down.
called. What's that called?
Because I always, when a kid, I wanted to shake the shit out of it to see if I could get that
Oh my gosh, I forgot what that's called. Tell me, Chad. I need to remember.
barometer. But it did
It's
temperature. So each
called.
different liquid would like rise and fall at a different temperature. It was
Oh my god, I used to want one of those so bad. Drink the mercury,
yeah,
you son
one
of a
drop
bitch.
in your coffee. Mad Hatter.
Wait, will it make me smarter?
That's where the term the Mad Hatter came from, was the mercury in the beaver felts when they made the hats.
Oh, it'll make
It
me
made them go
crazy.
crazy, mad.
Well,
How's some Wonderland history for you?
drinking mercury cures wokeism.
That's true. That's true.
Mercury doesn't rise against
Or it makes
gravity
it,
outside
or
a
it
container.
exacerbates it for a while because I don't think
That-
it'd kill you.
That's the question. Mercury doesn't rise against gravity outside of a container, but why? Let me see.
Do you know what gallium is? Have you seen gallium?
Mm-mm.
It looks just like, remember Terminator 2 when that Terminator would go all liquid on the ground?
Yeah.
It's just like that. But it's non-toxic and you can play with it. It's really cool looking.
Hmm. They used mercury to treat syphilis. Have you ever heard the podcast Shittown? It's a modern day story of Mad Hatters. And it's true. He kills himself in the end. Not a spoiler. They reveal it at the beginning. The podcast Shittown. Mad Hatters.
Oh, shout out to Sibling Rivalry today too. They tweeted our show out.
Hey, thank you. What was it called again? Something. Shittown. How did I forget that?
No, it's not. I don't think it's a barometer. Barometer measures pressure. And this one I'm talking about measures temperature.
It's the one where they float up. It's
there's a red and a blue and a yellow and a green and whatever one is at the top is whatever the current temperature is.
I used to want one of those when I was
Type
younger.
it in Amazon, it'll pop up like glass.
What am I going to call it? I don't know what its name
Glass
is.
floating thermometer, it'll come up.
Oh yeah. Glass floating thermometer.
Hey, have faith in the AI. They can read your mind. We talked about it, so it should come
Galileo.
There you go.
It's a Galileo thermometer. Mother of Jesus.
It worked. I told you. Trust the AI. They're always listening. Yeah, I remember being a kid and just want to shake it.
Instead, you just shook your dog?
Yes. I shook something.
Okay. S-Town is an American investigative journalist podcast hosted by Brian Reed. Ooh, that sounds fun. So they must do some cool shit. John despises his Alabama town and decided to do something about it. Anyway, I think we're done here. I didn't actually find out why mercury rises. Should I just ask Google? I could ask, why does mercury in a thermometer? Mercury rises in a thermometer. When is it exposed to heat? Because mercury expands when the temperature is increased. The atoms in the mercury move faster and collide with each other, making the mercury take up more space. Since the mercury can escape through the bottom of the bulb, it is pushed up the narrow tube of the thermometer.
God damn, I'm smart.
That doesn't make sense. Let me look at a picture.
Think of it like something that's cold shrinks in the cold, expands when it gets warm.
Oh, so okay.
So the liquid
Okay.
actually condenses into a smaller ball, which brings it down the stem of the thermometer. And it
I
gets
thought
warm.
there was some mercury here, and then there was a piece of it went up here, but there was no connection here. I didn't know
Oh yeah,
that
no, it's a one
it
connector. Yeah.
filled the tube. I thought, okay. Never mind.
Now you know.
Okay, that makes sense. So if I
was
put
never
those
gonna ask.
things of mercury into the sun, they will take up more of the jar, right?
Yes. They will
Will they
expand.
explode?
No,
How do you know?
because it's not explosive.
Well, what if they
It
ran
has
out of
a
space for expansion?
it can only expand as far as the molecules it contains. It's like an elastic. An elastic can only go so far.
And then it explodes.
No, and then it comes back as close as it can get once it breaks.
The break is the explosion.
Mercury won't explode unless you like throw boiling mercury in something cold or weird like that.
Well, we figured that out. This idiot's here.
He's still here.
Oh, he was right. It expands. It won't get hot enough to fill up the jar. Feels false. How strange that they figured out that the amount of expansion from heat, it does it in a certain, I guess, just relative to the
Predictable.
What? It doesn't even
And a
make
predictable
sense.
amount.
So if you put X amount into this small thing at 100 degrees, it'll raise this height. Oh, okay, that does make sense.
Yeah.
Then why
But
would
think
it
how
not get
long ago
hot?
they did that.
I mean,
It's been like the 1800s.
all right, sure. How big is the jar? It's not. I'm gonna go get it. I'll be right back.
Why do you have a jar of mercury?
I found it. I found 2 of them.
How do you find a jar of mercury? I've been in warehouses, industrial factories. I've never stumbled upon a jar of mercury. What would it be? Maybe it's mercury paint. Let's not tell her. Maybe it's just mercury paint. It's silver paint. Shh. It needs to be. I hope it's paint. I don't know how you find 2 jars of mercury. What do you think, Cool Frog? Is it paint? All right. Where did you find this mercury? Can't hear you. Where did you find it?
I don't remember all that, but let's heat
It's
it
in a
up.
science bottle. Okay. Were you in a school?
Science bottle. I don't know.
Like
Maybe.
like a little.
Maybe I did some science on that day. Maybe they gave it to me at Fed training.
But yeah, it won't blow up. No.
This is America, you bacon eater. We got mercury laying all over. They're still putting
Yeah,
holes.
gallium looks exactly like mercury, but you can it's non-toxic, so you can put it in your hand and play with it.
Wait, what? Oh, that's the other stuff?
Yeah.
Maybe that's what this is. How would I know?
That could be gallium. Well, I don't know. I'd want someone to professionally test it before you play with it. But gallium is non-toxic and looks exactly like mercury. Just type it in YouTube. You'll see people playing with it.
I don't understand mercury. I remember when, as a kid, if we broke a thermometer or something, and they'd be like, "Oh, suddenly, look, Mom, and then they go together, and then they'll split apart."
Yeah.
No, don't play with the mercury.
Yeah, that's gallium. You can get that for your kid to play with.
I'm not
Look it
gonna
up,
do that.
gallium.
Okay, let's look it up.
I just ordered some, but I talked my way out of it.
Gallium liquid. Gallium. Chemical element with the symbol Ga, atomic number 31, discovered by the French.
Bum, bum, bum. It all comes full circle.
Elemental gallium is soft, silvery metal at standard temperature and pressure. In its liquid state, it becomes silvery white. If enough force is applied, solid gallium may fracture concordially. Since enough force is since its discovery in 1875, gallium has widely been used to make alloys with low melting points. Semiconductors, dopant.
Yeah, I think a really low melting point. Having a seizure? What's going on over there?
What do you do with this? I'm just trying to figure out what the fucking point
Oh,
is.
just type it in YouTube, like I said.
And then that's going to get me a point? All right, let's get to the point.
You'll see people playing with it.
It better be good.
We just watched you talk about it. It's coming, chat. Don't worry.
Can you see this?
No.
Did you say no?
No, can't see it.
As you guys can see, the gallium has soaked up into the lock and has infected.
Oh yeah, it eats metal too.
This is a
It's
metal
cool.
called gallium, and it's heavier than lead, and it has a very low melting point. This metal melts at 85 degrees. Because your body temperature is higher than that, you can actually melt this metal in your hands, and don't worry, this metal is completely safe.
Yeah, sure. So was
This
lead.
is a metal called gallium, and it's heavier. I'm soaking this padlock.
Yeah,
in
you can
gallium
put it
for
on a
1
padlock,
hour.
it'll eat
And
other
as
metals.
you guys can see, the
It's
gallium
like an
has soaked up
alien
into the lock
crazy
and
metal.
has infected the metal.
Completely safe?
But yeah, it's non-toxic.
I don't believe it. I hate this guy.
I don't know what you're watching.
I'm gonna be mixing these strong neodymium.
It says gallium metal versus super strong magnet. I don't know either.
I don't even know if gallium is magnetic, is it?
Oh.
Check this
Yeah,
out.
why don't
It's
maybe do this?
absolutely destroyed it. I can just poke my finger through and tear it apart with my hands. It's so crazy. I can even just rip the top off and poke my thumb
Because
through.
gallium touched it.
I can crunch it right down and it just disintegrates. And look at this one. I can just rip it apart with.
How come it's not cutting this guy's hand?
Because gallium touched it. It's like a magic cool metal to play with.
Hmm.
Just think you could pull magic off on your kids with that stuff.
Okay, I'm done with this. How do I get out of the shorts? I can't, huh?
There's a little cool frog advertisement.
This is crazy me. Oh my God. Why did neither of them call 911?
That's a good question. That's a good question because I think they were texting each other. The rumors on the.
That's what they say.
That's what the rumors are. Have you ever bought a movie on YouTube?
No.
Me either. I don't know anybody who would.
Oh, I'm sure there are plenty of people who would, but I have not.
Suckers.
I mean,
Pirate Bay is still around.
is that illegal?
Yes.
Well, some people don't want to do illegal shit.
VPN.
And some people don't want to do illegal shit.
It's only illegal if you get caught. There's no charges. There's no crime.
No, it's still
Somebody
illegal.
told me if you're not videotaped doing it.
No, it doesn't matter if you're videotaped. If you're not, if the cops isn't there, you're fine.
Yeah. Your eyeballs on eyeballs. Yeah.
Yeah, that's legal advice.
No, chat. No, it's not.
If someone who buys one every week to do, I know someone who buys one every week to do a movie night. Well, there you go.
On YouTube? What? Download them for free.
1337 is the place now. That's the appeal number of Mercator's case.
No way.
Leaked. Yeah. It's only illegal to upload, not download. Wait, is that true?
No, it's not. I had an email when I first got
Mother.
Starlink. I didn't get a VPN right away, and I downloaded what movie was it? Puss in Boots. And I got an email direct from Starlink
You
saying
just forgot that part.
said I violated federal copyright laws. I'm like, fuck you, Starlink. You're not supposed to tell them where I'm at. So then I went and got a VPN, and they haven't sent me another email since then.
Yeah, Elon's like that.
Well, he was just obeying the law.
Okay,
So
hold
just
on. I
did
got a
VPN.
question. So, If you look at JF, I'm so glad I remember this now before we left because it's about the J.
Well, this is when we get into the good stuff after everyone left. Every
now they're
time.
gone, we can talk about them. So he has the idea of like keeping separate and having your own shits and stuff, and Zionists or this and that. It's
Yes.
kind of interesting that his stuff is coming out at the same time like the Israel shit is happening.
Oh
So
yeah, he
there's
was
probably a lot of
anti.
people who wouldn't have come out to be supportive of what his message was until now that there's this war.
That's a good point. That's a good point. Jumping in that bandwagon because he is an anti one of those.
Mm-hmm. And a lot of people now are where they weren't before. I don't know.
It's yeah, people who weren't before are now. It's crazy. Because I was on both sides, so I know both arguments. But I'm watching it because I like to watch from a distance now. Both sides are going crazy. I agree with the side I agree with, but both sides are going crazy. It's nuts. And I think if there wasn't social media, it wouldn't be so crazy because people wouldn't pay attention to it. I think back when we were kids before the internet, if there was a war in the Middle East,
there was
we
a
didn't know
war
about
in
it.
the Middle East before the internet.
But we didn't know about it unless we watched the news. And how many kids watch?
Yeah,
the
every
news?
fucking tree had a yellow ribbon tied around it.
Oh yeah, no, that's
You
my
sure did
mistake.
know about it.
My mistake. That was America because Canada was against it. So my mistake.
What the fuck says? Why would a grown man watch Puss in Boots? I have kids and never watched it.
Apparently, it was good, wasn't it?
Didn't you watch it?
No, I deleted it. I deleted it as soon as I got the email. I didn't open it. But that let me know that the actual movie studios are uploading to Pirate Bay themselves because it was a full 4K video. So they're doing it to try and catch people.
Is that what that means? I don't think. Is that what that means?
Oh yeah,
because it's 4K. It came from the studio.
Yes, usually on Pirate Bay.
I don't know what that is, so I guess you're right.
You don't know what Pirate Bay is? It's just where you download anything you want for free. Programs, video games, movies, TV, music, whatever, everything. The government, every country's tried to shut it down. They can't. It just never dies.
It's like the Napster for the
Yes, yeah,
newsters.
Napster for data now. But
How
movies.
the hell did I get to Odyssey just now? How weird. What did I type in? Pirate Bay? I'm lost.
But like stuff will come out on Pirate Bay before it's out in theaters because you know how they have the screen viewings for like private viewings. Whoever does that gets a hold of those videos and puts it on Pirate Bay before it hits the theaters.
Pirate. Oh God, pop-ups and everything. Fuck this site. Listen, it's out of my league.
Ad blocker.
Ain't done it. Ain't gonna do it. Not gonna happen.
YouTube's harassing me lately, telling me I have to get rid of my ad blocker, and I just keep saying no.
Ooh, VPN. Hey, they basically work for us. Hi, what? Do they even have an army? Who?
Yes, Canada has an army.
You do?
We have the best snipers in the world.
Oh, that's right. I remember. Well, they took the longest shot. Would that make them the best?
That's how snipers work.
I guess so.
If the other guy can't shoot as far as you win.
You're the best one. Yeah, okay, you're right. Rip Napster and LimeWire.
LimeWire, yeah, that was a good one.
When
Bearshare was a
Metallica-
good one.
Yeah.
The good old days, man. Kids will never understand.
Trying to catch people. Sean says movie studios don't even know how to fucking use the Pirate Bay.
Oh no, that's how they got me.
The people uploading are malware.
No,
Yeah,
there's
it's true.
there's trusted users and not trusted users.
Sib said, yeah, it's true. I heard the studios talking about it on a live stream and they use their internet names, not their real names. Brave ad block runs pre-roll ads in the background.
Yeah, that's what I'm running Brave.
Ad block runs
But recently, the
pre-roll.
YouTube's been giving me a pop-up to say, you got to remove your ad blocker because it contains malware. I'm like, no, the malware is why I have it there.
Yeah.
But if you just hit refresh, it goes away.
don't see anything else on the internet. We made it to the end. What do you want to talk about tomorrow?
We can talk about people almost shooting themselves in the head.
Mm-hmm.
I have a video of a guy escapes a police car, but you'll never guess how. And that when I say never, you'll never guess how. You will never guess how this man
He
gets out of the back.
escapes out
He
of the
es-
back of a police car, and I'll never guess how. Mm.
One moment he's in the police car in the back. The next moment he is not.
Oh, it's going to be one of those where it's like a hit by a train.
No train involved.
Or
She didn't get out of the back of the car. She won a big lawsuit for getting her body crushed by a train. That
Meh.
poor woman. The cops are like, we didn't know we couldn't park on the train tracks.
Oops.
How come cops are the only people who can play the dumb card in court? Or rich people?
They can't anymore. Rich people, they
I
can't.
didn't know I
Ignorance
couldn't do that.
isn't the defense.
It is if you're rich. You watch the poor people go to court and they say, well, I didn't know I couldn't. Well, ignorance is no excuse. And then rich people go, well, since you didn't understand the rules that you were violating, we'll make especially with white collar crime. They get away with all kinds of shit.
Congo said through the back seat and out the trunk.
No, wasn't that one.
Through the back window after it crashed. Seen it. Cool Frog with the spoiler alert.
They didn't get
Seen
out
it.
of his handcuffs.
Got him. Wait, he got out of his handcuffs that way too? You got to get hit pretty hard for that.
No, he took his handcuffs off and then was like trying to escape the car by punching the window with the handcuffs. Then whatever happened, he just ejected like a fucking jetpack seat out the back window.
Damn.
Like literally, he's there and then he's gone. You're like, what?
Adios.
Yeah, I'll have some videos lined. I'll have some clips lined up.
Okay, so tomorrow we're just gonna bullshit. There were a couple show ideas.
We could talk about murdering somebody with eye drops.
Okay.
Oh, and we still didn't do the how to eliminate a crying baby story.
Oh my gosh, we should show them that. So tomorrow, do you just want to react to internet videos?
Yes.
Chat? Do you hate that?
No, they can do their submissions and we'll judge them based on their submissions. So I'm going to judge chat. So if it's not a good submission, don't self-delete. Sniper Wolf doxed a YouTuber, showed up at his house, told everybody where he lived, challenged him to come
Sniper
outside.
Wolf?
She's a big million sub YouTuber, real big girl, like huge in YouTube back in the day.
She doxed someone?
She showed up to his house live streaming, showing like his house numbers and was yelling, "Come outside, challenge me now, come out here!" Like
she was gonna fight a guy.
Well, verbal challenge.
Oh wow, brave and
instigating, right? Like doing the stupid thing, showing up at people's houses. Like spur go online against each other all day. Blood sports all day online, but don't show up to people's houses. That's when you get fucking shot or something stupid happens.
That sounds about as interesting as the story we told them today. So I guess we could tell them that tomorrow.
Yeah, 35. She has 35 million subs.
35 milli. She's
showed up at
YouTube's
this guy's
golden
house.
child, and she did that.
Yeah, she was like the #1 recommended because she was a really attractive girl. She was a female gamer, so she was like force fed through the algorithm. She got kicked out, I think, Call of Duty for cheating.
What? Does she look like?
She's attractive. I'll give her credit. She's attractive. Oh, and didn't she throw her fucking dog in a live stream? Was that the same girl, chat? She had a Doberman puppy and threw it over her shoulder, like right out of the. I think that was her. Tell me, chat, was it? Or she kicked the dog? Yeah, because something got her off of YouTube. She did something wrong.
Dun, dun, dun. That's her.
She's been around like a decade, so she's getting old now.
Did she do this on 2 years ago?
I think she's probably a Twitch streamer. Thought one of those.
Oh, she is cute.
Yeah, I'm not going to knock her looks at all.
Okay, so she showed up to have internet. She's 34 mil. An internet beef live, and in the process ends up doxing somebody. Now is she? What happens? Does YouTube have to say something to her, or what happens? Nothing.
I don't know. I think nothing. I just think you shouldn't do it. I think it's just unclassy, especially if
Yeah.
you're a professional YouTuber.
1 year ago, she's typing here. Jeez Louise, keep me updated.
Well, no, she's probably signed exclusively to Twitch,
Oh, well, okay.
or she got kicked off YouTube completely.
I'll go
Type
to
her name in with dog abuse or something. See if I
dog
remember.
abuse. Good
See if I'm
lord.
remembering this right. Yeah, there's one of these YouTubers who like threw her abused her dog or something during a live stream. Can't remember if it was her or
This
not.
says, what a disgusting abuse of clout. Jack Films addresses discrimination.
That's the guy she doxed.
Tragic. I don't see anything about a dog, dude. New puppy day in the life of Sniper Wolf.
No,
That's
must
her
not be
actual
her.
video. 2 dogs from Chandler abuse case. Nope. Chandler woman.
No, if it was her, it would have came right up with one look. But so
Yeah.
I missed. It wasn't her. It was another female YouTube gamer who did it.
This is
Pokemon?
called
Oh, somebody thinks it was Pokemon.
Pokemon. On October 15, took to his main channel to address the community in the midst of an ongoing feud with Aaliyah. What? Her hair. John. Sniper Wolf doxed me on her IG. Creepy, gross, violating. Why? What you do is disgusting. You steal
Be a man
content
about
and
it,
stalk YouTubers. YouTube demonetize this dangerous creator or just get her off your platform. She posted my IG. She posted an IG story right outside our house and deleted it. I mean, is it against the law to show someone's home?
No, it's just not classy. It's not illegal. There's no crime. There's nothing that shouldn't be bannable. It's just not classy.
Do you think she should be demonetized?
No, just people should know who she is. She's just not classy.
Sniper Wolf responded by saying she didn't know how to dox someone and that Jack Films literally posted his address on Google. She went on to accuse him of harassment. Writing, this creep has been harassing me for months, then plays victim, saying, I threatened him when I just wanted to talk to him. I have no ill intentions. It's so sad when people have to constantly create drama to pay their bills. Bitch,
Yeah,
did you not show up at someone's house?
Yeah, showed up to his house to confront him, and it's his fault. She didn't want any drama at all. None. She drove over there looking for no drama.
We feel violated. Someone saw the front of my house. We no longer feel
I think
safe.
he's a
in our home
crybaby
because we're
too.
dealing with someone who genuinely thinks they're in the right for A, stalking me, B, posting our home to her massive audience. What a disgusting abuse of clout that is. This is irresponsible at best and flat out and dangerous at worst. YouTube needs to step in and take action.
No, he needs
YouTube
to go
does?
for a bar. He
Bruh,
needs
if
to
you
go
were
for a
stalked
bars.
and go to the fucking cops.
He should have been
YouTube?
thankful a girl looked like that showed up to his house.
No, come on.
He's not an attractive fella. He should have been thankful. He could have invited her in, had a cup of tea, got to know her a little bit. Instead, he went soy on her. Cancel her, demonetize her, get rid of her. She's too attractive for me.
None of that's happening. She claims in her story that I've been harassing her. No, I've not been harassing you at all. In my videos, I've been critiquing her non-transformative commentary. I point out cases of content theft and freebooting. Oh, so she's crying. She's cry bullying. She's a Farron.
Yes,
and he's
yes.
going, hey, you're fucking a hack. And she's like, oh my God, no, I'm not. Like, seriously, don't call my boss and get me fired after I was already fired.
Right.
Fuck this bitch.
She's one of those.
I don't care if she's cute, and I don't care if you want to simp for her. She
I
can eat
wasn't
dick.
simping for her. I said she wasn't classy.
You said this guy should have invited her in. And
I
been
said
like,
this guy's a
"Hmm,
soy boy and he should have man up. There was no crime, no
Man
blood,
up?
no foul.
She's harassing him.
No blood, no. She just shouldn't be that unclassy, but it's not harassment. She did it once. It's not harassment.
Okay. Should I go visit Jack's Films? He lives 5 minutes away from my shoot. She asked 35 million followers that?
Yes.
Not harassment.
Not harassment. Where's her shoot?
She said shoot. She's out shooting. Now I see the
Drive by.
harassment. I get it.
I don't
Okay,
think.
well,
I think he just needs to be a man because there was no actual threat there.
Divinity, it is a felony in California. It's a felony to wrong. It's illegal. Okay, her and her husband getting divorced, and husband did all the gameplay scripts. Husband wrong. It is illegal in California. A felony. Nova's a retard. California is a mess. Wait. So could you say more here? He's like, I've been saying.
Oh, I wasn't saying it was
screaming. I'm in all
legally not
caps.
a crime. I don't think it should be a crime. I think it's grow
In
up. grow a
California,
pair.
homeowners who have Christmas lights on their house past February 2nd may be subject to a fine. Who says?
I agree
Really?
with that. Fine. It should be jail.
No, I want the Christmas spirit all year.
And if your Christmas lights
doxing
go
is a
up,
felony.
if your Christmas lights go on November 1st, jail.
Fuck out of here. I'm putting them on right meow.
We're gonna
I
see,
keep
chat. We're gonna see how quick
LED
that
lights on
background
the house
changes.
so they can be orange
She's
for
got
Halloween.
14 days to see how quick that changes.
But is that considered doxing?
Doxing's not a crime.
It's a fucking crime in California, so you could
No,
stop saying
show me
it.
the statute where doxing's a crime, and it has to say doxing in it.
Okay.
And then I'll eat some stale chips.
I got it. Eat something else. Eat something gross from your refrigerator.
That's everything. Actually, I'm gonna make cookies after the show. I made can of butter yesterday. 2 days ago.
Doxing has 2 X's.
Bring it up. Let's see.
I have to find it.
The phone book doxes everybody. The phone book's not illegal.
No one has phone books anymore. That's a very old-fashioned thing to say.
They deliver me a brand new phone book every year.
Well, in the modern world, we don't do that shit anymore. Doxing someone isn't free speech. It is illegal in California.
Do you have 411 in America?
Yeah, information.
Yeah, so you say, hey, where's Nova? Nova's in Florida. Give me his number.
You can be unlisted, though. The internet is often California's
You have to
anti-doxing law.
request to be unlisted.
While our state has made laws that cover the act of doxing, the most frequently charged offense is known as electronic cyber harassment, which is detailed under California Penal Code 653.2. Under this law, it is a crime to share an individual's private data to encourage someone else to harass or stalk them. Examples of personal information include full name, address, phone number, social, email, workplace details, financial records, family information, and other personal information. You know, like Barron did with Montegraph to me.
Oh. Ouch.
While other
What state is she in? Washington?
Who?
The whale.
Oh, she's in. I don't know
You
where
think
she's
she'd stick closer to this ocean?
She's in. Well, yeah, who knows where she is?
I
Elements.
love that
So
Max
yeah,
brought her picture up. I don't know why Max brought her picture up, but he brought her picture up. I think they were talking about like horror films and stuff.
I don't know if you guys watch Meme Copium, but it gets weird over
in the
there.
background.
For the prosecution to prove someone guilty of this crime, they must be able to show the defendant shared the personal information of someone else without their consent with the intent to cause that person to reasonably fear for their safety or the safety of their family for the purpose of causing them unwanted physical injury or harassment, and knew the information would likely result in someone following through with unwanted physical contact, injury, or harassment.
No, I think she got the first 2, but not the last 3.
What?
Where's the intent?
I think that it's kind of like
causing them harm, but the purpose of she wasn't purposely trying to cause them harm. She wanted him to come out and have a verbal challenge with her. So there's no harm or her injure. She wasn't going to make physical contact with him. She didn't tell other people to come over here with me and back me up.
You don't have to, especially when you're a girl. You know that's going to happen.
No, you can't. You don't know what's in someone's mind. You can't say that.
It's ignorant if you were going to say that she didn't know that there's even one fucking simp out there who was going to do this. 34 million subs. Don't, I mean, go. You guess you could play the devil's advocate all you want.
So is she going to get charged? Or are they just going to say, grow up?
Are they both in California? Is that what's happening here? Is
Yes.
everyone lives here and everything's here?
I'm assuming. I have no clue.
It sounds like the way that it's being said by it was the Jax Films guy that she doxed.
Yes.
It sounds like the way that his wording is, he's wording it in a way that makes it where he wants to use something like
He
this
wants to
type
press
of
charges.
defense or whatever. Yeah.
So
I mean,
if
I
she
don't know.
did-
Maybe
she
he
did it
doesn't.
on whatever she did. If she did dox him and it is a crime, she did it on video, so the case is open and shut. They won't even right.
Say, what'd you say again?
If it is a crime and everything is good, right? She recorded herself doing the actual crime, so it's an open and shut case for her guilt, wouldn't it be? If you're the prosecutor.
Well, there's open and shut case for a charge to be brought, but these elements would have to be proved out.
That's what I said. I don't think she has those three. I don't think she has the bottom three elements.
I think it's an easy to argument, especially since they just add harassment here. Physical contact injury or harassment. Harassment's easy. Slam dunk.
I don't think she gets charged. I think she could be charged. I think she could be charged, but I think if the role was reversed and it was a dude, if he showed up at her house, I think he would get charged.
Oh, she is in Scottsdale. He is in LA. So she came here and broke California laws. I mean, it doesn't really matter where she lives. I was just curious, like, if she's aware of certain shit.
Right. I don't think she's going to get charged, but I think if the roles were reversed and did the exact same thing, he would.
Well, would you think he did something wrong in that case?
Showing up to her house?
Mm-hmm.
I think, yeah, it's more intimidating for a dude to show up to your house than it is for a girl to show up to a dude's house. It's sexist, but I think it's just how it is.
That's crazy.
I don't find there's any physical threat of harm if a girl shows up here and says, "Hey, Nova, come out and fucking talk to me." I'm like, fuck off.
But she's not showing up by herself. She's showing up with 34 internet people, with 34 million internet followers with her.
No,
yes, she is. She live streamed it to her fans.
She was there by herself that day.
It's about this harassment that is going to lead from that encounter, from the information that they're going to glean from her being there.
We're not responsible for chat's behavior.
In California, you're responsible for if new information would likely result in someone following through with the unwanted physical contact, injury, or harassment. So you are, as a person who's going to put someone else's information on the internet in a beef or whatever the fuck they were having, she is.
So Darth could go murder somebody and I could go to jail because I doxed them.
You make it make sense if you're going to go here.
You said you're not responsible for chat. Or I said that chat, you're not responsible for your chat, and you said you are.
So if you dox somebody.
Yes.
And someone
I gave up
murders
your
you?
address. I gave up your address and Darth murdered you. Am
Okay.
I responsible for the murder or is Darth?
Is that how he got my address?
Yes.
Then yeah, I mean, I think
But
that you
but
might
he
be
got it-
responsible
he
for
got
some
it
of the
not for the
other
intent to
crime,
murder
like
you.
cyber harass or some other shits. I don't know that you'll get the murder charge.
Say he got it from, say I had an email and I was going to share the email and you put on your like street address in the email and I wasn't paying attention and I sent him the copy of the email
Okay.
and then he murdered you. Would I be responsible?
With the intent to cause the person reasonable fear? I don't think so. I think
Right. The intent part. That's where I see the differences. And she'll play I didn't intend him to be harmed. I just wanted to talk to him. And that'll be her intent and his intent. And I don't think she's going to get charged.
I mean, who knows if he'll press charges.
But I do think if
He
it was
should.
reversed, he'd get charged. Just to protect the wham-mans.
Because people like you feel like it's a threat for him to show up, but not her.
Because I think it is.
It's not.
I think
it's the same. Exposing your private information that you're trying to keep private when you know she knows how the fucking internet is. I don't know how many followers.
Oh, you're talking about exposing the information. I'm talking about showing up to the house.
The act of her showing up to the house exposed the information. They're one and the same.
Right. No. Well, I guess what I was saying is if she showed up to my house just without streaming, just to bitch at me, I wouldn't call it harassment.
Yeah, without the camera, I wouldn't
Without the
either.
streaming, yeah.
Yeah.
But without the streaming, if he did show up, it would be. Does that make sense?
No, I mean, I still don't see no. It's still harassment for both ways to show up at someone's house unwanted, whether you're streaming or not. I think this intent to cause person harm, knew the information would likely cause someone else harm. The doxing part of this, which is me exposing that private information to somebody else, which is really how we got here, is she's guilty of that. And I think you should charge her out of principle. I'm that guy.
I think he could try. I just don't think they're going to accept it. I'd be awesome to go to court and watch. But
What do you mean? They
I don't
have
think
to
they'll be-
accept it. I don't know that it's gonna. I don't know that.
No, the prosecution's like, no, it's not worth our fucking time. Go away. Don't talk to each other anymore.
No, you can bring a case against somebody, right? Yeah.
Only if
Excuse me.
the people think there's a case to be
Oh wait,
heard.
what does it mean? Let's look this up. Is this the right code? Every person with the intent to place another person in reasonable fear for his or her safety or the safety of another person immediately. Okay.
That just comes down to a battle of the shrinks. She was so mentally vulnerable. She was in fear.
Misdemeanor, punishable 1 year in jail, not more than $1,000 or both.
Yeah, that'd be like max crazy stalking.
Telephone, cell phone, computer, internet, phones.
It would just be a restraining order, I imagine, the first incident that was ever reported. I don't think it would jump
Harassment.
to a felony right off the bat.
Harassment is, for the purposes of this, means a knowing and willful course of conduct directed at a specific person that a reasonable person would consider as seriously alarming, seriously annoying, seriously tormenting, or seriously terrorizing the person, and that serves no legitimate purpose.
No, I think she'll get a warning.
She might get a warning, but
Or
at least-
they'll charge her with something. They're like, look, we're just going to charge you with this, and you just plea out to this little misdemeanor. It'll be expunged from your record in 6 months if you don't get in trouble again. One of those things.
Congo said, do that in Texas. See what happens. You'll be introduced to Mr. Heckler in Texas. What's that?
I don't know.
Going to Google it.
Oh, yeah. No, I went to school to be a cop. You can do all kinds of dirty stuff. Like you just start yelling, quit resisting, and you can do anything you want. Whether they're resisting or not. Just say it so it's on body cam.
This guy?
Heckler and Kosh. Oh, it's a gun.
Oh, like Mr. Heckler. He doesn't even look scary. He looks like Dennis's neighbor, Mr. Wilson.
Yeah, Dennis
or the
Prager.
chiclets.
Yeah.
Oh,
The
yeah, it
child-
does.
The child porn fucking
Gross.
advocate.
Okay. All right. Let's take off. We're going to be back
Yeah,
tomorrow with some cool shit to talk about. I promise.
And if you guys have any little clips, we'll challenge you. See what you got.
Yeah. With that. So let me see. There's something I can do here. I don't remember what it is though. All right, guys. So follow us, like this video, come back tomorrow at the same time. We'll be here at 9 a.m. California time.
Yes.
Noon Eastern. Thanks for hanging out. Later.
Peace. Yeah, 44 watching today.